Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Riverbank in Jackson, Kentucky, the Holcomb Athletic Complex. We are here for Friday Night Lights once again on Bluegrass Sports Nation, following the Breathitt Bobcats. Now, they play host tonight, Evan Miller, to the Letcher Central Cougars. So they make the trip down 15 and roll into Jackson with on a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, Rob, the Cougars are looking really good so far. We looked at their stats and looked at how many points they average a game. And, before we get talking football, just a beautiful night for football tonight, Rob.
Yeah, you said it. It really is. Great temperatures. Actually puts you in a real festive tailgating mood. If you go out in the crowd, everybody's excited. Another good night for football. Another great night to be a Bobcat fan. It just, it's something that's special in Eastern Kentucky, but it's really special here in Breathitt County too. You see the fans rolling in, and you got people down underneath the stadium. We got some different things set up down here, selling lemonade for the girls basketball team, and just some different things going on. And it's good to see the excitement and the hype around Breathitt County as a facility and a complex and an athletic system here in Jackson.
Yep. Speaking of Breathitt County, let's bring up the keys of the game for the Breathitt County Bobcats, Rob.
Good time to do so. Breathitt County, Evan, in my books, the one word comes to mind when we talk to keys and them playing overall as a better team is being disciplined.
Definitely, Rob.
We want to see them play disciplined defense, but we want to see them execute on offense too. And when you get out here and have a good time, like we talked about earlier, I don't care if you're playing the best team or the worst team. When you do things right, things get a lot easier. When you do things wrong, you make mistakes, and you don't play disciplined football, you kind of make things a little harder on yourself as you go along from first down to third down.
Definitely, Rob. And another key for the Breathitt County Bobcats is their offense needs to win the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, very important. Up front will be a battle with this Letcher Cougars team on offense and on defense. We'll most likely see a defense that we've not seen.
Yes, Letcher runs a very unique defense in the 3-3 where they stand up there. From what I've been told, they stand up there off their defensive lineman and they do a bunch of tricky stuff, which could cause some trouble for the Breathitt County offense, as a 3-3 defense is seen to be a bit of a disruptor for a zone offense, which Breathitt County is known to run.
It is, and it gives the defensive guy a little bit of an advantage, I think, because they're in that. I call it a defensive, a good football position or a good stance. Those guys on the ends may be lined up like in a sprinter stance, so to speak, just about ready to come out of a stance and come into the backfield. And it gives I think it gives the defense a little bit of an advantage up front. So we'll see how the offensive linemen react to that.
And Rob, not to forget, the Bobcats are missing one of their star offensive linemen in Sawyer Hall tonight.
Yes,
he went down last week at half, and we are assuming he will be replaced by Chris Sizemore.
Yeah.
But speaking on Sawyer Hall being out, that's another big part of our defensive key of the game is the defense being able to win the line of scrimmage and seeing how they can do that without number 64.
Yeah, number 64, Sawyer Hall, an important key in this matchup and an important key for the players around him. You know as well as I do, not only from a lineman standpoint, but from a player standpoint, you feed off that guy around you, and you feed off that gentleman that's right there with you in the trenches. And Sawyer Hall being one of those guys that has been together as a unit up front with these other players, linemen, offensive linemen and defensive linemen, for many years now. So a little bit of a hiccup with that injury coming to Sawyer. Hopefully, in the coming weeks, we will know more and he'll be fine. Hopefully, it's just a physical therapy issue that he can overcome, and there's no real damage there to that knee. So. I also, you bring up the word injury. To best of my knowledge, Carter Holland is also questionable for tonight if he's going to be on the field at all.
And Rob, that's a perfect segue into the keys of the game for the Letcher County Cougars. As the Letcher County Cougars, though returning viewers may know that, and viewers from Letcher County's games, because we do coverage of them,
cover them too. Yeah.
We'll know that Letcher County is primarily a run team, a lot of counter. But if they want some offensive success tonight, they need to attack the Breathitt secondary, especially with John Carter Holland being injured.
Yeah, important key. The short pass secondary coverage seems to have hurt us at different times throughout the season. So the Bobcats have got, like we talked about, playing disciplined defense, and they've got to really pay attention to the quarterback. Holbrook can do a lot of things back in the backfield for the Cougars. He can run the ball. We know they have a good running game. As you said, they're going to focus on misdirection. They're going to send everybody one way and maybe give a counter or a trap and bring it back the other direction. And we'll look for that. And a lot of times we talk about that here on the online is they're setting up that short pass, and sometimes they can get you with a big pass. So it's something to watch for. Is that the secondary game of Breathitt High?
Yeah, and as we finish up with Letcher's offense, we move on to their defense, and they really need to keep this a low-scoring game.
Yeah.
The Breathitt County offense, though the scoreboard really doesn't reflect it from last week, has a very explosive offense. During the first quarter and a bit of the second quarter of the Hazard game, the Breathitt offense was going nearly punch for punch with a very explosive Hazard team.
Yep, and that to me that is a big key in this ball game. Letcher has averaged about 45 points a game offensively if you throw out that Johnson Central game, and they're looking to be right on track. They want to get up in the 35 to 40 point range, and they want to be able to hold their opponent to a 3-score game, right around 21, 24 points. So, if Breathitt comes out and they can get on the board and they can score and move the ball offensively, then I like our chances. But we have to play. We have to execute on offense, and we have to play disciplined defensive football.
Definitely. That returns back to our first key for the Bobcats, execution. This game looks to be a good one, folks. As the Bobcats head to a coin toss, we'll take a break here.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends.
And we're back from the riverbank here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex as the Bobcats down to our right get ready to come through their sign. And then there's the cannon, and the Bobcats on the field getting ready to take on the Cougars of Letcher Central. Fans on their feet. 2:13 on the clock here before kickoff. I was watching to see the coin toss, but I got distracted. Did you see who won the coin toss?
I did not, but it looks like possession arrow is on the home side of the scoreboard, Rob. So it looks like the Bobcats maybe.
I'm looking down to see Coach Barnett is lining up. Looks like Wyatt Spencer's out there. I'm thinking this is going to be the kickoff team, but we'll see.
No, this looks to be the return team, as I don't see a tee or a ball.
See Gibby out there.
Yeah.
Good to see him back on the field, by the way, fans.
Yep. He was injured last week, had a few ankle problems, nursed it over this week, is back to playing. And as I've been told, he's expected a full workload tonight, Rob.
Number 21, Alex Strong, back on the field for the Bobcats also. And as we see Kylan Combs and Eli Thomas going back deep for the receiving team of the Bobcats. So Combs will replace John Carter Holland.
Yes. Carter is a big key to the Breathitt County offense, but you think maybe Kylan Combs will get a little bit more playing time with him being out tonight.
Well, and he did last week in the end of that game there against Hazard. That second half, he got a lot of time at the running back position. So I think we'll see Kylan a lot tonight.
Yes, Rob. We may even see him in the receiver position some if the Bobcats don't feel that with some of their other depth.
So the Bobcats set to receive. The Cougars will kick this one off. We got about 35 seconds left on the game on the scoreboard clock here before kickoff time. Thanks again tuning in here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Thanks again to all of our fine sponsors. We'll talk about them more throughout the night. The referee's out on the field looking up here at our clock guy. I think they're ready to go. Got to let it click off, guys. nothing you can do to fast forward that.
Number 18 for the Cougars, Jackson Childers set to kick off for the Cougars.
Sophomore.
Yeah.
This team is pretty balanced between juniors and seniors and sophomores. Letcher has a really good 8th grade class coming up at the middle school. Kick is in the air. It's going to go back about midfield to the 30, and it's going to be picked up and brought out to about the 41-yard line in the middle of the field, and that was Adam Spencer.
Adam Spencer has been a very good return man on these short kicks, Rob.
Yeah.
We've seen him get some valuable yards whenever the team decides to kick a squib to that middle section of the return team.
Well, he's got good hands. He's played backup quarterback. He's played receiver. He's played DB. So pretty versatile young man for the Bobcats in Adam Spencer. As Miles Holland brings the offense out, 2 receivers each side. Thomas Gibson, but just to his right. Quick throw over to Combs, caught up to about the 49. He'll spin up to the 50 before he's out of bounds. And that will be just shy of the first down. It'll be second and about 1 yard for the Bobcats.
Good quick catch and quick pitch from the Bobcats is get some good yards in a great position to maybe run the ball, get that going right now.
Good way to start out the short pass, get Holland going. Quick screen pass for Thomas, and he drops it. He had a block coming over there for Barker. Barker with a good position on the defensive back, and that would have allowed Thomas to probably broke that for a first down and more, because you know how Thomas is when he gets a little green grass.
Yes, Rob. Thomas is a very explosive player. Could have been a big play for the Bobcats. Let's see how they recoup on this 3rd and short.
2 receivers to the right now for Holland. Gibson up at the blocking back, Thomas just to the right, and Holland's hard count will draw number 10 of the Cougars off sides, and that is Braxton Banks, the sophomore.
Bring up the first Buckhorn's Children and Family Services first down for the Bobcats. We were talking about discipline. Freeze is a play, of course, for folks who don't know. That's a freeze play where there's no play call. Just trying to make the defense jump off sides. Very difficult play sometimes if you're undisciplined.
Nice play call offensively by Coach Moore to bring that in early and pick up the penalty yards and bring up the first down. That time, Eli Thomas on the run and a pickup of about 3 yards for Thomas up the middle of the field.
Probably sing our praises to this Breathitt running game, but it could be a little difficult than that with this 3-3 defense.
Could be, and it looks different when you stand in there and look, and you see right now they're trying to wrap up Holland, and they do. He doesn't get back to the original line of scrimmage, so actually a tackle for a loss, and it'll bring you the 3rd down marker. So it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Big sack for the Letcher County defense, Rob, as the pocket broke down and Holland tried to improvise a little bit.
And we've talked about that, and we'll bring the attention to the 3 men up front, 3 linebackers in the back for the Cougars. They're down in a stance that time. Holland going to be forced out of the pocket, chased out of there by number 52. A throw across the middle of the field. He's got Thomas, and it's caught, and he's into the end zone for the Bobcats with 10:25 on the clock.
Wow.
Thomas streaks across the middle of the field and able to make the catch right in front of a Letcher Central defender.
Awesome.
Nice pass.
Awesome play by the Bobcat offense as a whole. Got good protection, enough time for Miles to roll out and make that throw, and a great heads-up play by Thomas. That ball was very close to being intercepted, but Thomas just streaks in front of the defender, takes the ball, goes in for a touchdown.
Yeah, I don't know what route he was on, but he was open coming across the middle of the field. The Spencer brothers come on to attempt the point after. Adam with the hold, White with the kick. That kick's going to be no good.
No, it's
they say it's good. I didn't think it made it through the uprights. It looked like it was off to the left, but that's my vantage point, and it's no good. We'll be back after this message.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination. but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Franks, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
All right, folks, we are back from Breathitt County. The Bobcats with 10:25 on the clock. They strike first, and they go up 7-0 over the Cougars. Evan, a really good offensive set for the Bobcats. Execution at its finest, may you say?
Yeah, Rob, a very quick 6-play drive from the Bobcats as they got the 2 third downs. Last third down, got a big touchdown on the play, Rob. I would say, just from our vantage point, about a 45-yarder.
I really like the regression that you see Miles Holland going through. He takes a sack and he comes right back. 2 plays later, we're in the end zone. So, kick by Burton will sail back to the 35 and be picked up at midfield and going to be tackled by number 5. That's Caleb Neese on the tackle. Also in there was Alex Strong, and looks like I thought I saw another number come out, but that was Caleb Neese on the tackle. So Caleb getting some good time last week, and we see him here early in this game making a difference, making the tackle up around the 43-yard line, where the Cougars will take over on their first Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down of the night. Midfield, Holbrook will be back in the gun, take the snap, pitch over to his right, little fake up the middle, and we got a flag here in the backfield.
Good ball carrier vision from the running back number 33, Brett Sturgill, but looks to be it might be coming back, Rob.
Yeah, I think so. That flag came in behind the offensive line and behind the line of scrimmage from the line judge, and it is. It's
Of course, Breathitt's defensive line and linebackers are quite speedy for their size, so you might see it. And Letcher is known for bigger offensive linemen, could be a little bit slower,
so
get a hold here and there.
The first offensive play for Letcher results in a 10-yard penalty, so it'll be repeat the first down, 1st and 20 with 10:05 on the clock. Gunnar Holbrook back in the gun. 1 receiver each side for Holbrook. Actually 2 to the right now. He put a man in motion, and they'll pitch. Almost taken away, and Waylon Abner there to make the tackle. I thought it looked like Burton was coming across on that end, maybe on a blitz, and almost took the pitch away from the Cougars.
Yeah, the blitz call there was very dangerous, Rob, for the Letcher County offense. Could have been a lot more than a big tackle for a loss. Could have been a touchdown for the Bobcat defense.
Folks, we got to make mention number 59 showing up on the defensive line for the Bobcats. That is Trenton Noble making his first start at defensive line here for the Bobcats. Trips to the right now for Holbrook. He'll sit back in the pocket, look to throw down midfield. Chased out of there, threw across the middle of the field. Incomplete. Nobody really there. He had to get rid of it. And I think that the Letcher Central offensive line may be having a little more trouble with their defensive line than we expected right now, Evan.
Yeah, Rob. Looks like what we talked about pregame. The Breathitt County defensive line got great pressure on that play, collapsed the pocket well, and made Holbrook kind of force the pass a little bit. Of course, if we see that later in the game, could lead to a takeaway for the Bobcats.
3rd and 20 now with 9:10 on the clock. So Letcher's first offensive possession has went nowhere in 3 plays. We'll see what they draw up here on this 3rd down. And we got an offsides. Everybody went but the center. So
it's like one of those
it would be
highlight calls, everyone but the center.
It would be a good place for Coach Matthews to call a timeout right now just to talk with his troops and
definitely
try to get everybody's head squared away, especially on the offensive line. You got to get your feet going and get in front of your defensive guy. We got to get the snap off. We got to execute on 3rd and 25. The Cougars set up shop. Trips to the left, stacked receivers. Holbrook will sit back, chased out of there. A little screen play, almost taken away by Braden Barnett. It falls incomplete. Braden looked to be gone for a pick 6 if he'd have caught that one.
Definitely, Rob. That looked like it would have been a go-ahead home run ball for Braden Barnett on the play. Bobcats have come very close to almost give or take 2 or 3 takeaways this one drive, Rob. The Breathitt County defense looks really good so far.
I like that defensive set. I like the pressure that we brought. And I got to tell you right now, Evan, I've yet to see this Cougar offense that's on the field right now. I've not seen them play like this so far this season. I know they had a tough game against Johnson Central, but with a powerhouse like the Golden Eagles, a lot of teams do have trouble with them. So the punt from the Cougars will roll back to the 39, and we'll take a quick break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, with a hometown atmosphere.
Wide receivers in the number of 5, and Barker with the catch on the screen, and he's up the sideline, up past the 40. We got 2 flags coming in late, though, and a group of Bobcats right where the flags were thrown. So the Bobcats come out with 5 receivers to the right, stacked, little screenplay over to Barker with plenty of blockers out in front of him. I like the play call.
Yeah, Rob, very interesting formation, as every skill player except the quarterback was over there by the numbers in the hash.
Yeah.
Something you really don't see often, but we'll see what the flag is here. I might expect like a
block in the back.
Block in the back, illegal man downfield somewhere, maybe. You never know, though.
Block in the back will, I mean, that's what it looked like. Well, they set the ball back
at the first.
Looks like yeah, it's actually at the 9. It's like a first. Not for sure what the call was, but the spot's questionable in my standpoint. But it will go from the 40. Holland got to get out of there. He keeps it. It gets up to about the 42-yard line. So a pickup of maybe 2 yards, close to 2 yards.
And a Bobcat offense looking to carry over that momentum they had in the first drive. Of course, a 6-play scoring drive. They got the 3rd down very quick in that drive, though, Rob. So maybe looking to execute here on 2nd down.
8:19 on the clock. Bobcats up 7-0. 2nd and 7 for Holland. 2 receivers each side. Gibson in the backfield with him blocking. Looking, he'll throw to his left. Overthrown to Spencer to go out of bounds, incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah. Very close. It looks like the Cougar defense is putting a lot of defenders back in the upper area of the defensive backfield. So probably trying to take away the big play from the Bobcats that we saw a lot last week.
Well, if that's the case, then if they're playing off a little bit, a screenplay may come into play here soon.
Like we just saw with the opening play of this drive.
Holland going to roll out, throws it short, picked up by Barker. And it's going to be
2 yards short.
It's going to be caught right around the 46. That's where they'll spot the ball on the left hash at the 46-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and looks like about 4 yards. Let's call it 4th and 3, and the punt team will come on the field.
Like we were saying, Rob, execution is very important. The Bobcats just couldn't execute on 2nd down. Close to getting a very short 3rd and short, but just have the cookie crumble sometimes.
Yep. Punt team onto the field. Spencer back to kick this one away. Puts the boot to it. Great punt for wide. It's going to fall back past the 30, almost to the 25, and it'll be downed. Maybe the 24. We'll see where they spot it. So the Cougars with another Buckhorn Children's and Family Services 1st down. Here with 7:16 on the clock. They'll take over on the right hash. And looks like they're going to spot it on the 25.
Yeah, Bobcat defense looked very good last drive, Rob. Let's see if they can do that again this drive.
Well, in a game like this, Evan, that everyone expects to be close, and both teams have been playing the way they have, high-powered offenses with high scores, a defensive stop right now is what you got to have when you come up empty-handed on an offensive session. The guard pulls that time. There's one of those trap plays we talked about.
Yeah, it looked like it also was an option on top of that as the quarterback put a receiver in motion and had the option to hand it off to him, but decided to keep it on that play, number 7, Gunnar Holbrook.
So they'll spot the ball at the 29. So they'll say pick up a 4 to be 2nd and 6 here from the right hash for the Cougars. So Holbrook back in the gun again. 3 receivers trips to the left for Holbrook. Waiting on the snap, and we got an offsides penalty again, I believe, as everybody on the left side for the Cougars moved.
Very interesting. Looks like a big miscommunication from the Cougar offense in the huddle.
I still say that it's a great place for a timeout. If I'm going to waste one, I'm going to use it early and try to get everybody in tune and, see what's going on. It's just not they're not executing right now for the Cougars. I'll try to defeat this steel beam in my way, and I'm going to move down here on this side of you. Trips to the left for Holbrook. 1 receiver to his right. 1 man in the backfield. He'll give it in the backfield, and he'll go around the left end and makes 1 man miss, but he's finally tackled by Alex Strong. So a pickup looked like of maybe 4 yards, 4-yard gain.
Yeah, that's number 33, Brett Sturgill.
33.
A good pickup for the Cougars as they're trying to regain a little bit of the momentum they had on that first play where Holbrook kept the ball for himself and got about 3 or 4 yards, put him in good position, then they committed the false start penalty.
You have to appreciate the respect that Coach has for his players. I keep hollering timeout, but he's put it in Holbrook's hands and continue to call the offense. They throw the pass across the middle, and it's caught for a big first down for the Cougars as the ball tackle made and the ball completion up to about the 50-yard line on the pass.
Looks to be number 2, Thaden Brown on the catch. Very good catch from him. He would look nearly wrapped up by number 25, Kylan Combs. So great catch through contact.
So they'll bring up a 1st and 10, and they strike fast. Little short pass over to about the 45, and it'll be caught, and he'll get it up to maybe the 42-yard line.
Letcher County offense is starting to pick up a little bit of steam here, Rob.
Well, they actually look better. They're running no huddle, and they're coming back getting set, and maybe Coach calling a different play set, trying to get some momentum going here and get them working harder. And there's Sturgill again in the backfield, going to be stopped by Abner and I believe Miller on the tackle.
Looks like he may have pushed enough close for a first down, but no dice on that play as it brings up a 3rd and very short for the Cougars. Looks like Sturgill tried to get a second boost of energy there when he was getting wrapped up, but just didn't pay off for him.
4:44 on the clock. Bobcat defense trying to make a stop on 3rd and short. This will be another good place for a freeze play for the Cougars. We'll see what they do. Coming out with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Holbrook gets set. He'll give it up inside to Sturgill, and he's met immediately, but I think he gets just enough for the first down as he's up to the 39-yard line when he falls forward.
Yeah, another Buckhorns Children and Family Services first down for the Cougars as they're really beginning to drive here, Rob. Riding off the back of Brett Sturgill and a big catch from Thaden Brown to really get them going here.
Well, and like I said, made mention they looked better coming out of the offense and running that no huddle, just kind of getting together and bringing a little speed in there and maybe trying to catch the Bobcat defense off guard.
Yeah, speed kills, as we say. We've said it a ton this year, and it looks to be doing it right now, Rob.
Trips to the left. Man in motion is Sturgill. He'll come to the right. He's open. He's short, but Holbrook throws across midfield and had a man open over there and just off the fingertips of number 2, Thaden Brown, who is a junior wide receiver for the Cougars.
Very close to a big explosive play for this Letcher County offense. They were close to getting well into the red zone on that play, Rob, but just a little bit overthrown by number 7, Gunnar Holbrook.
Folks, I don't know if you can hear this breeze we have blowing here in the press box, but it is actually the air conditioning that we have blowing here above us, so we're not sitting outside in the wind, but we can definitely hear it. I don't know if the fans can. Short pass over to the left is going to be caught for a first down. The Cougar is ridden out of bounds.
Number 3, Mason Stevens for the Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down. The Letcher County offense is really taking advantage of some of the space the Breathitt County defense is giving them. That was, of course, not a very deep route, but he was underneath the defender enough to fight for a first down after he caught the ball.
Trips to the right, give again. No, it's going to be a keeper for Holbrook, and he's over on that left side. He's past the first down marker, makes another defender miss, finally brought down around the 11-yard line. So another big pickup for the Cougars, this time on the back of Holbrook, as he keeps it and goes around the left end. And another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Cougars. The ball will be spotted. Looks like it's at the, I thought it got past the 15-yard line, but they're going to spot it at about the 16.
Well into the red zone, Rob.
Yes. Holbrook sits back. He's got some people open. He's going to be pushed out of the pocket. He'll be content to sit back, throws to the end zone, overthrown, incomplete. With 3:08 on the clock, it'll stop 7-0. Bobcats still up. 2nd and 10 for Holbrook and the Cougars.
Yeah, Rob. First play in a while, we've really seen the Letcher County offense stumble. Of course, there was that deep pass that Holbrook tried to throw earlier to Brown, but right now, they're driving very well in this Bobcat defense, who had a great stop on the first drive for the Cougar offense.
Yeah, they've kind of turned things around a little bit on the momentum side of things, as they've been able to bring the ball down the field and eat up some clock. Cougar offensively take the snap, give to Sturgill. He's right up the middle of the field and waltzes into the end zone untouched. So that'll be a Family Pharmacy scoring drive for the Letcher Central Cougars, as they'll get on the board with 3:04 on the clock.
Yeah, Rob. Good play from the Cougar offensive line, as well, as they just made an awesome hole for Sturgill to run through, and he was untouched until he got to the second level.
Sturgill run from about the 16-yard line, I believe. So, and the kick is up on the PAT, and it is good. And the kick was good, and I believe that is, if I'm not mistaken, that was Emma Adams, number 12. Yeah, she's their place kicker, senior for the Letcher Central Cougars. Folks, we will be right back here on Bluegrass Sports Nation after this message.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al, or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex, the Cougars and the Bobcats. We have a tie ball game at 7-all with 3:04 on the clock. The Cougars will get set to kick this one off to the return team. Bobcats with Colin Combs and Eli Thomas back deep as they're sitting around the 14-yard line right now, ready to catch the kick. So here's the kick. It's in the air. It's a short kick. It's going to fall around the 40 and be picked up. And I believe that is Wyatt Spencer on the pickup that time, and he'll bring it up to about the 46, 47. No, that's Adam Spencer again. So Adam with both recoveries on the short kickoffs by the Letcher Central Cougars. So Adam able to pick that one up and pick up some positive yards, and the Breathitt Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down will take place from the 46-yard line at middle of the field. Two receivers to the left for Holland, two in the backfield. Gibson will be blocking for Thomas. Thomas around the left end, tries to make a man miss, lowers his shoulder, and he'll get up to about the 50-yard line. So a pickup of about 4 for Eli Thomas and the running game. They're going to spot it back at the 49. So the Bobcats just shy of Cougar territory, as Holland will go back to work with the offense. Trips to the left, stacked for Holland. One receiver to the right. Quick throw to Spencer on the screen, and he'll pick up positive yards up to the 46. I don't think he made it to the 45 into Cougar territory. They're gonna set it back a yard. Looked like Spencer was up to the 46, and they'll spot it back at the 47. Same set, trips left, and give up inside to Gibson. Lowers his shoulder and carries 3 defenders of the Cougars with him. And that's going to be good enough for another Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down for the Bobcats. So good movement of the ball offensively by Holland and the running backs and passing game with the screen going to Spencer. And Gibson looking like no injury bothering him right now as he pushes that one up inside. Holland sits back, screen play again to Spencer. Spencer made a couple man miss and finally tackled by number 34. And that'll bring it up to the 35. Ball sitting on the 35-yard line, left hash. Same set again. Trips to the left. Obviously, Coach Moore sees something he likes out of this set. Holland going to sit back, looks long, going to throw towards the end zone. He's got Barker just off his fingertips. Had the ball in his hands, and it came out. So it'll fall incomplete. Great ball by Holland and a great effort to get to that pass with 1:16 on the clock. That'll stop the clock.
Yeah, just as you said, Rob, almost a very big explosive play for the Bobcats on this drive.
I mean, that was a great pass, and it looked like the Bobcats were going to strike again from the 35-yard line. Holland will go back to work. Two receivers to the left. Give to Thomas. He's going to be tackled immediately. Maybe a pickup of a yard.
So he'll bring up a 4th and short for the Bobcats. Of course, I'd expect them to go for it here, Rob.
Yeah, I think so, especially in Cougar territory late here in the first quarter. Less than a minute now on the clock. So we're going to look at the spot of the ball. Looking at the 34, so they'll say pickup of a yard. Ball still on the left hash.
Brings up a big 4th and 1 here, Rob, because if the Bobcats don't get this, Cougars are in decent position to start another drive like they had.
Yep. Give to Thomas. Thomas drives forward, picks up the first down, and Moore still on his feet, drives it past the 25 up to the 24. So another Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down for the Bobcats. When you need somebody to pack the load, you call number 1. Eli Thomas again for the Bobcats, picking up the first down and moving the ball down the field.
Definitely, Rob. He's become more of a powerful runner. He's kept running his feet through contact through the season as the season goes on.
Under center in the wishbone. Give to Gibson. Gibson lowers his shoulder, and he's going to be dropped around the 19-yard line.
It's always good to see the wishbone get brought out, Rob.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you go under center, that's mountain football at its finest. We got to take a break. It's the end of the first quarter. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, East Kentucky Chiropractic, and Quantum Healthcare. We want to be your medical home of the mountains, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, x-ray, lab, transportation, case management, sliding fee scale, and 340B drug pricing. Little Flower Clinic, 279 East Main Street, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., 487-9505, and Quantum Healthcare, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m., 436-0711, or visit our webpage, kymha.com.
All right, folks, we are back getting ready to start the second quarter. 12 minutes on the clock, 7-7 your score. We got us a ball game, Evan Miller, as the Cougars and the Cats continue to go back and forth up and down the field. Cats driving getting close to the red zone.
Yeah, Rob, definitely. As our producer wants to say, we have a bit of a cat fight going on.
Well, I was trying to dodge it, but I knew what he was trying to get me to say.
Yeah. Of course,
wished I had placed a bet on that one tonight.
Yeah, Letcher County offenses really put themselves back into this game. Of course, first drive, they don't even get a first down, and then they go in to get multiple and a big touchdown.
Yeah, they drove the ball down the field and took up a lot of time there in the end of the first quarter. Cats go back to work. They're going to give to Thomas inside on his feet, met at the line of scrimmage, maybe a pickup of a yard.
Yeah, throughout this
fall forward, maybe pick up 2.
And it brings up a 3rd and medium situation. Letcher County defense has done pretty good against the run, but as we said here early on, the Letcher County defense is kind of tailored to fight against the Breathitt County offense, the Breathitt County zone offense.
I'd like to take a look at Breathitt's stats and their odds in the red zone. Right now, they're sitting on the 19-yard line. Holland with the hard count tries to draw the defense off sides. And if you look out there, we're looking at that defensive setup, much like we talked about. Defense standing on their feet this time. We'll give it in the backfield again. And Thomas drives it up the middle.
Very close.
And it'll be very close depending on the spot. I don't think he made it.
No, could possibly be a spot gives him a 4th and 1 situation, Rob.
And just about looked like it caught the defensive line kind of not ready for the play that time. They go down in a stance this time on this set, trying to honor that mid-field running game up the middle of the Bobcats. Holland will get set. 2 receivers to the right. He'll give to Thomas again. Pick up the first down. Still on his feet. Headed towards the end zone. And they're going to spot him short of the touchdown at the 1-yard line as Thomas continues to pick up the big yards on the ground for the Bobcats.
Yes, Thomas has been very consistent on these short 4th downs, getting big yards.
Give it to him, let him get his reward, and he does. The Bobcats walk into the touchdown is good with 10:35 on the clock. Bobcats, once again, we talked about execution, Evan, and on 3rd and short, 4th and short, we draw up a play and we give it to Eli Thomas, and once again, he has put us in the end zone with 10:35 on the clock.
Definitely, Rob. Eli Thomas with a great game so far tonight as he tallies his 2nd touchdown, 1 through the air, 1 on the ground.
Yep. Not showing any instance of any injury from last week during that game. And the Spencers, the hold from Adam, the kick from White, it's good. 10:35 on the clock. Your score is 14-7 Bobcats. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Thanks to Appalachian Regional Healthcare, ARH, more health, more care. ARH is more for Appalachia. Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. HCTC, where success coaches will help you stay on your path to success. Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply, stop by and see Scott for all your electrical and plumbing needs. The Jackson Medical Clinic, come see them with new hours, open 7 days a week. And Jackson Physical Therapy and Colby Watts, thanks to Colby for keeping our Bobcats in the action. As we get ready to kick this one off, the Bobcats with 10:35 on the clock here in a second. Wyatt Spencer will put the boot to it. A nice little squib kick, going to go back to the 35, and the Cougars fell on it, but the ball came out. Bobcats try to make an attempt to cover it up, but the Cougars able to save that one right around the 35-yard line.
Good kick from Wyatt Spencer.
Yeah.
He has become known in the Breathitt County space for those kind of squib-like kicks and onside.
I tell you what I like about that too. Wyatt kicked the squib kick, and Wyatt was there to cover the ball up when it came out from the Cougars.
Definitely.
He was right there ready to make the cover if he needed to be, and Cougars able to dodge that bullet with 10:33 on the clock, 14-7 your score. Holbrook will go back to action in the backfield for the Cougars. 2 receivers to the left, 2 backs, and a little screen play, and he's going to be tackled immediately by Jagger Burton. What a defensive play by Jagger.
Great play by Jagger Burton. Dropped back in the coverage, fought off the block, and made a very big play here, Rob. Almost a 3-yard tackle for a loss for the young.
Great description on the defensive play. He just came off the block and made an exceptional tackle. Holbrook goes across the field, throws to the right, and it'll go incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd and 13 for the Cougars.
Yeah. Close to a good comeback play for the Cougars in that one, but number 2? Number 2. Brown just couldn't. No, that's number 1.
He had a step on his guy. That would be
Outlaw. Just had a step on the guy, just let the ball fall in between his hands.
He had a couple steps on his guy. The defensive back was actually behind him. We could have made a big play there. Pass goes incomplete. And the Cougars will go back to work. Holbrook sits, looks across the middle. He's going to throw to his left. Tackle missed. And number 3 makes the catch, and he'll go down around the 46-yard line. That is number 3, Mason Stevens.
Yeah, that's one of those plays that really just takes the momentum out of the defense a little bit. You have a very big play to start it off, a drop on the second down. Third down, you give up a big play, and they get a first down. Let's see how the Bobcat defense bounces back here, Rob.
So another Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down for the Cougars. Holbrook going to be flushed out of the pocket, throws across the middle, got a man open. It's Stevens again, running to the right, looking at the sideline, and he's tripped up around the 26, 27-yard line. So once again, the Cougars with another Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down through the air as Holbrook finds Stevens 2 pass plays in a row. And Holbrook comes out and gets set again. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, give in the backfield. That is Sturgill again, lowers his shoulder, drives forward.
Yeah, Rob, Sturgill so far throughout our coverage tonight looks to be a back similar to Gibson. Has a lot of power, can find those holes, and once he hits them, he's not afraid to lower his head and try to get a few more yards that way.
Yeah, short and shifty and a powerful running back. Holbrook going to be forced out of the pocket. We've got a flag coming in. Holbrook still on his feet. Is going to be tackled by 3 Bobcat defenders up around the 14 or 15-yard line. We'll see what the penalty marker is with 9:08 on the clock.
Looks to be it might be a hold, Rob. You see that sometimes on these scramble plays where the quarterback tries to get out and be an improviser, but Bobcat pressure has been pretty good so far. Very close to a few sacks here and there, but on that one, pressure got to the offensive line, made an offensive lineman hold.
Well, when that quarterback is in the pocket for those 2, 3, 4 seconds longer than normal, and it forces an offensive lineman to make that decision, trying to stay in front of that defensive guy, getting to that quarterback, then, it's very easy to pick up that holding call when that offensive guy, doesn't move his feet quick enough. That's his instinct, is to reach out there and grab that guy. Pass across the middle is incomplete.
Wow. Almost another big play for the Cougars, but just a few stone hand situations here, Rob, where some defenders can't hang on to the ball.
Couldn't hold on to it. Yep. 8:54 on the clock. 14-7 your score. Going to bring up 3rd and long for the Cougars from the 36-yard line. Ball sitting at midfield. Trenton Noble still in there on defense. Done a great job up there coming in for the injured Sawyer Hall.
Definitely. Bobcat defense had to shuffle around a few of their players.
Yep.
Trent Noble's doing a very good job filling in.
Quads to the right for the Cougars, and Holbrook will roll that way. Throws short across the middle. It's going to be caught right in the middle of the field, and he's finally tackled around the 10-yard line.
Looked to be number 1, Jet Outlaw. Just taking advantage of the zone coverage the Bobcats are in. Catches the ball underneath and just weaves his way through the zones. Tries to make the defensive players try to come down and make a play. Just don't get it done.
Holbrook, again, looking down the field, flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his left, throws towards the end zone. It's incomplete. He missed timing that time. He had to get rid of the football, and the receiver didn't look like he was ready. So with 8:37 on the clock, it'll come to a stop with the incomplete pass. 14-7 your score. 2nd and 10 for the Cougars.
The Cougars are putting on a very good air show right now, Rob. Of course, they get backed up big time with a holding call, but they just knock it off, keep going.
We talked about that in the pregame, too. The Cougars, kind of baiting in on the secondary and trying to make a short pass and hurt us in the passing game. And so far, they've I wouldn't say they've been successful, but they're definitely trying. They're making a few gains through the air. Give in the backfield to number 34, and he's got plenty of room. Green grass, no tackles made.
Number 34, Garrett Howard on the Family Pharmacy scoring play. Great run from him. Good blocking once again from the Letcher County offensive line. They seem to be picking it up now, Rob. This will not be an easy game from any way. This will be a very gritty game. I don't know if we talked about it in our pregame show, but it looks like the Cougars and the Bobcats will go score for score tonight.
Well, 8:31 on the clock, and the running game has put the Cougars back in a position to tie the ball game, and I don't believe they did with that kick. I was looking for a signal. I've never seen one way. So your score is 14-13. The point after is no good with 8:31, and we'll be back after this message.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
All right, folks, we are back. Bluegrass Sports Nation, 8:31 on the clock. After the run by the senior running back Howard from the Cougars, we have a 14-13 score. The point after was no good by Emma Adams. And the Cougars, we made mention of them being somewhat successful through the air, but they called a different number that time. Number 34 is the senior running back put it into the end zone on the ground.
Yeah, Rob, that's becoming more common nowadays. You see a two-back field where you can have your main back and then another back to back them up and rest that main back in between. We see it with the Bobcat offense where you have the speedy Eli Thomas and the more power-running Jaden Gibson. And looks like Letcher County has the same.
Number 18, Jackson Childers on to kick it off for Letcher County, and it'll drop right in front of Kylan Combs, and he'll pick it up. Still on his feet, up around the 36, maybe let's call it the 37 right now. We'll see where they spot it.
Good play by Kylan Combs. Pick up a few extra yards for the Bobcat offense as they start with another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for their third drive of the game, Rob.
8:23 on the clock as we...
No, fourth drive.
Yeah, 8:23 on the clock as we get this second quarter rolling offensively for the Bobcats. 14-13 your score. We made mention right before we went to commercial break that the missed point after could be a very important play in this ball game.
Definitely, Rob.
Holland, two receivers each side, got a blitz. He'll throw short over to Combs. It's complete and up to about the 45, maybe. Yeah, they're going to spot it on the 45. So it's going to be second down and about 3 yards for the Bobcats. Holland, two receivers each side, going to give inside to Gibson. Lowers the shoulder, middle of the field. Rolling forward for the Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for Jaden Gibson.
Rob, I will say, if you're a Bobcat fan, you have to love having Jaden Gibson back in the backfield.
Buddy, I sure do. It's a good sight to see back there. Two receivers each side. Holland give to Gibson again. Lowers his shoulder, rolls forward, takes a few defenders with him. And a pickup of about 4 yards for Jaden Gibson.
As we talk about Jaden Gibson, you got to admire the grit of the player. Guy was in a boot on the sideline last game, and he is just hitting the hole right up the middle and also playing defensive edge.
So no call that time on the Letcher Central. Looked like they crossed over into the neutral zone, but no whistle. Holland set, looks to throw quick. He does over to the sideline, and that completion is made, and it's close to the first down, but I don't believe he'll get it. And that was Jason Combs on the reception. Nice catch and a nice effort on yards after the catch.
Comment on that, Rob. Great effort from the young Bobcat as he tries to fight for those extra yards.
So third down and super short, less than half a yard.
Yes, you'd have to expect they would hand the ball off to either Thomas or Gibson here, Rob.
Two receivers stacked over to the right, give to Thomas in the backfield. He dances, gets around a couple defenders. He's got some room. He's on the sideline. He tiptoes, still on his feet, and drove out of bounds. I think they're going to mark him down around the 23-yard line. So
great. Awesome balance and ball carrier vision from Thomas. I mean, he was able to ride the back of his blockers until he was able to see a hole, turn on his jets, and stay in bounds for an extra 5 or 10 yards, Rob.
6:50 on the clock. You can see a little bit of the difference in the two backs. Here we give to Thomas again up inside, still on his feet. He'll drive forward for some positive yards after the Buckhorn Children's and Family first down on that last running play. Man, he was on the sideline, and it looked to be like he was about to bust open the door towards the end zone.
Definitely a great effort by the Cougar defender to catch up with him and push him out of bounds.
Braden Barnett into the backfield for Gibson.
Bug.
So, trips to the right. One receiver to the left is Combs. Give to Barnett. Barnett tackled immediately at the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle made by number 34.
Garrett Howard making plays on offense and defense as he edges down the side and stops Barnett in his tracks.
Receivers are going to switch positions for the Bobcats. Combs will come over with Thomas. Barker and Spencer out wide left now for Holland. Barnett still in the backfield with him. He'll come up as the blocking back. Thomas just to the right. Showing blitz. Give to Thomas. Tries to get away from one defender. He does, but he's brought down by the second man right around the 25-yard line.
The Bobcat offense seems to have hit a rut here, Rob. A few plays have gone by. Some poor execution on a few plays here and there. Got stuffed up well in the holes. Couldn't do anything on a third down. That brings a 4th and short as the Bobcats elect to go for it here. I would look for them to maybe freeze like they did earlier and see if they can catch the Cougar defense being undisciplined.
Well, Coach Moore are going to take a quick timeout and talk this one over with 5:14 on the clock. We'll be back on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
Thanks to the Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance and the Little Flower Clinic. They are a full-service medical clinic providing general physicians, mental health, dental, chronic, and even chiropractic help at the Little Flower Clinic. The law office of David A. Johnson. If you've been injured, give David and his staff a call. People's Bank of Jackson, working together to build success. SEC Auto Sales, the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Variety Pizza, your home for the best pizza in Jackson, along with your famous hoagies. And Wolfe County Tourism. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous.
Now, Rob, as we look here, I think my prediction still stands. We might see a freeze. Never mind. Oh, my God.
We've got an offsides call on the offense. So instead of 4th and 1, we'll be working on 4th and 6. Holland was out at the receiver, and we were in the Wildcat with the heavy set up front. And you could just see that first down coming with that heavy set of linemen in there.
I think even the players felt it coming, too, as they just got a little too antsy and wanted to get on with the play. Of course, can't do that before the center moves the ball, Rob.
So with 5:14 on the clock, we'll call it 4th down and 7. Trips to the right. For the Bobcats, one receiver to the left is Combs. Cougars show blitz again. Holland sets in the pocket, throws short. Ball intended for Thomas, and it will fall incomplete. And with 5:09 on the clock here in the second quarter, the Bobcats will give that one away on a turnover on downs.
Yeah, Rob, big stop here by the Cougar offense. Of course, got a little help from a penalty at the tail end of that drive, but they take advantage, play good coverage, don't give up a first down, and now they have a chance to take the lead here before the half closes out, Rob.
Yeah, very important drive for them defensively that they just came off the field from. And now offensively, as they've got 5 minutes and 9 seconds to try to march the ball back down the field and get in to pay dirt. And just think of the situation, if they can score and go up, they get the ball to start the second half also.
Definitely a favorable opportunity for the Cougars here if they can get pay dirt.
Give in the backfield, I think, went to Howard. I think that was 34. But the Cougars able to pick up about 4 yards on the play. So Holbrook will come into the huddle to make the play call. 4:45 on the clock. Cougars come out of the huddle. Howard back there with Holbrook. He'll take the snap, give to Howard. And Howard gets off one tackle, but looks like Trenton Noble. Also Alex Strong in there on the tackle.
Yeah.
Good minutes by Trenton Noble tonight.
Definitely. He's taken
Sawyer Hall. Trenton's took Sawyer's position.
Oh, Trenton Noble. My bad, Rob. I got
and who's been playing Sawyer's position?
Number 78, Chris Sizemore, like
Sizemore. Yep.
we talked in the pregame. Of course, Sawyer Hall's a big part of this offense and defense, so it's good to see guys fill that gap when he's hurt.
2 receivers each side for Holbrook. Looks to take the snap, tries to draw the defense offside, and he doesn't.
Good discipline by the Bobcat defense here to keep it a 3rd and long.
3 guys up front get set again. Holbrook with another hard count, and it doesn't work. So the Letcher Central Cougars will take a timeout, and we'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Thanks again to more of our proud sponsors, Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you've been injured, call Dr. Howard. Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts. Jiffy Mart, get in and out in a jiffy. And Rose Brothers Department Stores with locations in Jackson and Beattyville.
Looks like the Bobcat defense has brought up their main rushing off defensive line with Noble, Abner, and Miller.
4-man front. Holbrook got the pressure. Here it comes, and he makes the throw. It's incomplete. Wow. And he had some pressure coming from both corners.
Definitely. He even had pressure when he stepped in the pocket, too. As a few players look like they're about to shake off their blockers. Great stand by the Bobcat defense. Of course, the offense makes a turnover on downs deep or close to the red area. And the Bobcat defense makes a good stop here.
3:37 on the clock here in the first half. Still a lot of football to play with 3 minutes. I expected Letcher Central to be working on first downs and trying to drive down the field. But instead, the Bobcats force them into a punt, and it's going to be handled back there by Adam Spencer. Spencer's still on his feet up to the 30, and he'll finally be tackled. And we got a penalty coming in on the late hit. Young man came in and just about dropped a knee on Adam's head.
Yeah, looks like he may have lowered his helmet, too. Another guy who finished the tackle. But Adam Spencer, showing no fault, showing no pain at all, gets up and starts mouthing to the guy.
So a great
grit by him.
A great field position for the Bobcats is going to be even better after this penalty. So the referee in the center of the field will walk off 15 yards after the unsportsmanlike call, and the Bobcats will have it 1st and 10. The Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down from the 15-yard line on the right hash, Evan Miller.
Yeah, great return by Adam Spencer. And now they're right in the red zone, about where they left off, Rob.
Giving the backfield to Thomas. Thomas on his feet, dancing up to the 10, on his feet, finally brought down around the 8-yard line. So, really, we talked about grit before we went on the air, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
I like what I'm seeing tonight in the first half out of the Bobcats. You really had to question that last week as things didn't go our way. And here we go. Holland going to keep it. He's got a block from Combs and got to the 1-yard line.
Great effort by Holland.
Yeah,
he had a defender hanging on to him by a hand, pulling him back, and he kept trying to push into the end zone. Great play by Holland as he just takes the ball, pulls it, makes a good read as he loops around the defender who was out there and just
gritty play from the quarterback turns into a touchdown. Eli Thomas, 2:54 on the clock.
Eli Thomas pulls the hat trick tonight, Rob, with 3 touchdowns in the first half. Great game from the young Bobcat.
I'll tell you what, we were expecting the Cougars to still be trying to march down the field and pick up first downs with a little under 3 minutes on the clock, and the Bobcats have turned that around into a defensive stop, and with 2:54 on the clock, they'll go up 20-13 as Wyatt Spencer comes on to attempt the point after. Here's the hold, the kick, it's up, and it is good. That'll make your score 21-13. Bobcats over the Cougars. We'll be back after this message.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Very important comment right then, Evan. We can't get satisfied with our scoring capabilities and possibilities because, if you're well aware, we have gave this ball game away to the Cougars a couple times in the history. I think the Cougars are on not only a 3-game winning streak this year, but they're on a 3-game streak with able to beat the Bobcats. So
definitely, and
the
for players and fans, remember 21 points in a game with Breathitt and Letcher.
Yeah,
has been scary.
Yeah, the Bobcats with a pretty good lead a couple of years ago here on the riverbank, and
at Letcher County as well.
And the Cougars have always had a number late, and they've been able to make adjustments. And they don't ever quit, so don't count out Letcher Central. Cat's going to be made back around the 20, and that is number 2, and he's going to go over towards the Cougar sideline, still on his feet and hit hard by a number of defenders, and right around the 28-yard line. I think that was number 2.
Yeah, it was number 2.
Brown.
Yep, Thaden Brown.
So Brown headed towards the sideline, maybe trying to pick up some yards. Hard to gain running east to west. Hard to pick up any positive yards that time. He was chased down by multiple defenders. 2:45 on the clock, 21-13 your score.
Yeah, Rob, as we have talked about a few times, the special teams for the Bobcats this year have been pretty good. They get good yards when they get the ball on return, and they do pretty good on coverage as well when they have to kick it off and punt as well.
Defensively, the Bobcats come out, get set. Holbrook trips to the left. He'll sit back in the pocket, look down the field. He's flushed out of there, rolls to his right, throws, and picked off by Combs. Combs picks it off right in front of the Cougars sideline. Talk about defensive awareness.
Awesome.
And we talked early about defensive discipline.
Yes.
We Combs coming up with the interception.
We also talked early about pressure.
Yep.
That pick maybe doesn't happen if the pressure doesn't get there, as Holcomb's kind of forced to throw the ball with a Bobcat in his face. And Jason Brown does great just to come back from coverage, get the pick, and secure the Bobcats a offensive drive in Cougar territory.
So once again, we talk about a game of halves, and the Bobcats limiting their mistakes. The Cougars coming up with another one. Bobcats trying to capitalize on the opportunity with 2:36 on the clock.
Definitely. And for the Bobcat faithful, this is great to see after last week.
It is. 2 receivers each side for Holland. Take the snap. Give in the backfield to Gibson on his feet. Drives forward. Pickup of about 6. We'll call it 6 yards. We'll see where they spot it.
So again, looks like the ankle injury is of no question to J.D. Gibson. Kid wants to play ball. Of course, he's a...
Give again to Gibson. He's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage. So second handoff to Gibson will bring up 3rd down.
Of course, Rob, throughout the night we've said the Bobcats have had a little trouble executing on some second downs here and there to put them in a 3rd and manageable if they don't convert on that 2nd down.
This one looks like 3rd and about 5 from here.
About a 3rd and medium for the Bobcats. Let's see what Coach Moore draws up for him.
2 receivers to the right. Holland steps back, looks down the field. He's got plenty of time in the pocket. Finally going to be pushed out of there, trying to get to the sideline, and he does.
Yeah, it looks like he may have made it maybe a yard or 2 past the original line of scrimmage here. Bobcats come up with a 4th and medium here. See what they elect to do here, Rob, in Cougar territory.
Well, with 1:39 on the clock, and you just said it, you're in Letcher Central territory, and you've just watched your defense bring up a stand and have a takeaway with the interception. So you want to put a lot of weight on the defense here late in the first half, being up 1 score.
Definitely. As the Bobcats go to an empty formation, 5
receivers to the right again. We've seen this earlier. A little screen pass comes to Barker, and the ball drops still on the ground, and Holland's got it. He's trying to get it out of there, and he's going to be tackled by Cougar defenders back on the other side of the 50, back around the 39, 40-yard line. So busted play by the Cougars with by the Bobcats with 1:26 on the clock.
Rob, not much of a busted play for the Bobcats. It's a great defensive play for the Cougars.
Yeah.
Defender came up well, made the tackle, and it's
caused the fumble.
Yes, caused fumble, made the tackle initially, caused the fumble as other Cougar defenders wrapped around. Brings up a
that was a busted fumble recovery.
Yeah, on a fourth down.
So 1:26 on the clock, turnover of downs. Cougars go back to work. Holbrook, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, sits back in the pocket. Looking down the middle of the field, he'll throw down the middle of the field, and diving catch is incomplete.
Yeah, looks to see that the pressure from the Bobcats they are sending, or does just get to the quarterback here.
Looked like a good pass. He just threw it a little bit low, and receiver barely got there. Made a diving effort at the catch. 1:20 on the clock. Scores 21-13. Bobcats still up on the Cougars.
So we were talking about coming out of break. Cougars have a good opportunity here to throw some points up on the board.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Connor
Combs.
Holbrook rolls out, and ball thrown incomplete to the sideline. Holbrook slow to get up after that one.
Bobcats are bringing a ton of pressure as number 5, Caleb Neese, came around the edge and finished the tackle after as Holbrook got rid of the ball.
1:15 on the clock now. 21-13 your score. First half getting ready to come to a close. Cougars come out of the huddle.
3rd and long. It's still a lot of time here on the clock.
Yeah, there is.
For them to be where they are.
2 receivers each side for Holbrook. 1 back just to his right. I believe that is Sturgill. Holbrook going to sit back, flushed out of the pocket. We got a flag. Throws across the middle. Ball knocked loose by Spencer. Incomplete.
We have to see what the flag here is, Rob.
See what the penalty marker is down at midfield.
Could possibly be a holding as the ref looked to be facing the offensive line and the defensive line there.
See what the call is. We've still got 2 referees, 1 line judge and 1 in the middle of the field, holding on the offense. So the Cougars, with the penalty, will march it back. So that'll bring up 3rd and long for the Cougars.
Interesting situation there, Rob. You would think of, if you're Coach Moore, what do you want to do? Do you want to give them a 4th down right at your own 40 or push them back further to the 50?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I can respect the call to go to 3rd down and push them back even farther.
You could expect a very large blitz here, and you don't get one, so I'm wrong.
Holbrook going to roll to the right. He's going to be forced out of there. He throws short and tackled immediately. I believe that was that Colin Combs on the tackle? No, that was Jagger Burton.
That's number 7, Rob.
No, Jagger Burton, number 8.
Was it? My bad.
Yep.
Hard to see numbers from all the way up here.
Burton with a great tackle. Once again, that he doesn't sell out. He's not fooled by any of those screen plays or those pass plays. If there was ever anyone that could make an open field tackle that I was going to bet on, it'd be Jagger Burton.
Definitely, Rob. Especially in the past, a lot of offensive screens from opponents of the Bobcats have caught us really off guard and been big plays. Jagger Burton has stopped a few of those.
So 4th and really long.
Yeah, about a 4th and 15 for the Cougars.
For the Cougars with 36 seconds on the clock. Ball on the 44-yard line.
It's like Coach Moore's choice has paid off here. If the Cougars are able to go down and have some time left on the clock for the Bobcats, maybe set up a big play and get some more points for the half.
Yeah, you would think in a quarterback mindset, he would come back with a few seconds and maybe go deep with a long ball just to see what happens.
As we hear, there's more time to be added to the clock.
So they're going to change the clock from 36 to 51. So that's the holdup on the field.
Change the clock to 30 minutes.
Well, they'll work on it. We'll take this opportunity to read a few sponsors as soon as I get them pulled up here. We couldn't do it without them. We want to say special thanks to them because, folks, it's not easy to put on a coverage like this. We couldn't do it with all our fine sponsors. We appreciate Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you've been injured, call Dr. Howard. He can help. And also Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home in Jackson for the best auto parts. And Jiffy Mart, get in and out in a jiffy. Gas, groceries, and a great meat department. And Rose Brothers Department Store with locations in Jackson and Bataville. We'll be back after this message.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
All right, folks, we are back. Bluegrass Sports Nation here on the Riverbank in Jackson, the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. 51 seconds back on the clock. Your score is 21-13. Bobcats are up. We just made mention of how the Cougars kind of have the Bobcats number in this series that they've played. Last 3 years, they've come out victorious. Bobcats leading here in the first half. Holbrook going to go. Oh, the ball comes out. Alex Strong. The ball was in the air out of Holbrook's hands, and Holbrook Strong makes the catch.
Wow.
One of the defenders thrown to the ground from an offensive player by the Cougars. No flag, no whistle. And the Bobcats with 40 seconds on the clock. Holbrook sitting back to throw deep toward the end zone, and the defender coming in to make the stop knocks the ball loose as he attempts to make the pass, and Alex Strong there to clean up the ball in the air, puts the hands on it, tucks it, and the Bobcats with the Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down from the 45-yard line on the left hash.
Rob, just to say, I'll be curious to see if that would go down as a fumble recovery or interception.
Well, the ball was in the air, the forward motion of the pass, so I would think an interception.
We'll have to see what the score goes.
Exactly. So trips to the right. They'll move in close to the initial line and going to give in the backfield to Gibson. Gibson with a route, and he's going to be stopped up around the 48-yard line.
Bobcats going with a run here to maybe catch the Cougars in a very pass-heavy defense. Of course, the payoff is about 6-7 yards.
Holland giving the backfield to Thomas. Going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and short with 15 seconds on the clock. And we got another timeout, Bobcats. We'll take it with them, and we'll be back after this message.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
14 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Bobcats up 21-13 over the Cougars. Coach Moore calls a quick timeout to talk it over with the troops here at midfield. You kind of expect with the ball just into the Cougars' territory, sitting on the, we'll call it the 47, kind of expect Coach Moore to go to the air.
Definitely, Rob. And you might wonder if he draws up some sort of trick play here, maybe a fake screen somewhere or something deep.
2 backs each side, 2 receivers to the right. He's going to throw short, and there it is to Spencer. Spencer going to get it out of bounds. Smart play, moves the ball forward, picks up the first down. So the Buckhorn Children's Services first down will come for the Bobcats at the 39-yard line on the right hash. They get set, go again. Quick throw, back again to Spencer. Going to be tackled. And this time he'll go down at about the 40 or the 38-yard line. So the clock stops with 2 seconds. And I think the players, did we get another timeout?
Yeah.
I think we do. We've got another timeout. We'll take it. 2 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. Coach Moore calls another timeout. We'll see what he's drawn up on the play, out of the playbook, and he gets a last comment with Miles Holland as Holland goes on the field, trips to the left. Going to sit back, looks down the field deep. He's got 3 receivers right together. He's going to throw down the middle of the field. He's got Barker, and it's intercepted in the end zone. I thought it was intercepted. Barker's still saying he's got a hand on the ball, and they'll wave that one off. Barker trying to make a case for it, like he had a hand on the ball with a reception. That'll bring it in to the first half. 21-13 your score. We'll be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Frank's, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, East Kentucky Chiropractic, and Quantum Healthcare. We want to be your medical home of the mountains, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, x-ray, lab, transportation, case management, sliding fee scale, and 340B drug pricing. Little Flower Clinic, 279 East Main Street, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., 487-9505, and Quantum Healthcare, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m., 436-0711, or visit our webpage, kymha.com.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolfe, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head to head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
Bluegrass Sports Nation back from the Riverbank, Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. 21-13 your score. Got an important announcement from the man, Brendan Miller.
All right. Thanks, Rob. We just wanted to thank everybody out there for at both Letcher Central and Breathitt County. Of course, 2 of our home schools here, streaming both Breathitt and Letcher throughout the season. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. As the owner of BSN, and we're very appreciative of our audience that we grow. We try to make a home for the fans of both Breathitt and Letcher and Perry, and that we streaming football to be a home for you can come and watch every game here. And we really appreciate you folks out there. Great game so far, 21-13, so going to be a good one down to the wire. Always is between Letcher and Breathitt. And so, Rob, what's your thoughts about this first half?
I really like it so far. Me and Evan talked about a lot of the keys to start this game, and so far, execution and discipline for the Bobcats has reigned supreme, and the secondary looks stronger than what we've witnessed here in earlier games.
Well, I'll tell you, there's been some pressure, they get up front, so Bobcats doing well. Letcher Central running the ball pretty well. Got some good athletes out there.
They do.
And I haven't seen them this year. Of course, my son Carson playing for Breathitt here, so I watch Breathitt every week. Hadn't seen Letcher Central, man, some impressive athletes. Love Junior Matthews, great guy. I've known him for years, and I appreciate him. Runs a very good program up there, and we're just happy for both Letcher, and it's great when we have these double home games. For both of our teams coming in. So it's great to hear that. And Rob, I'll give it back to the big E-man here, my oldest offspring, doing a great job here on the color. But I just want to come up and say thanks, folks. I'll head back down. Plenty of pictures coming your way tomorrow, probably Letcher Central and Breathitt both. So we appreciate you on BSN. We really, really, really appreciate our sponsors and our followers. They're faithful folks. Huge numbers right now on Facebook, on YouTube. We appreciate you very much.
I was just getting ready to say that we could take a break. We could give a headset to Matt Hudson.
And
keep Brendan Miller on there, and we could take a break. Darren could probably walk away and let Matt do some work too. So,
Rob, as I was telling our producer, my father is taking all my talking points because he's brought up the pressure the Bobcats have done and the execution. And so far, we've had a good game for the Bobcats defensively, and the Cougars have picked it up on offense after a first drive where they stutter-stepped a little bit.
And that's what we talked about. You talked about I've been worried about secondary coverage, but the pressure that we've had up front has created a lot of that trouble for Holbrook in the backfield and in the pocket.
Definitely. You can kind of compare it to how the relationship between running backs and offensive linemen.
Yeah.
A good defensive line makes your secondary
that much better.
Awesome, because the quarterback is rushed. He can't get through his reads right because he has a bunch of guys in his face.
Exactly.
So he might get rushed like we saw throwing a pick with a Bobcat defender in his face.
Folks, I want to say real quick before we go to commercial break, thanks to Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic, thanks to Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, Jiffy Mart, and Rose Brothers Department Store. Thanks to those guys for being our game sponsors again here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. You'll hear more about our sponsors later. We'll take another quick break with 6:10 on the clock, and we'll come back to get the third quarter started here in just a few minutes on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
At People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, we're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
Years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you. Visit arh.org/ortho to find an orthopedic provider near you. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Wolfe County is widely known as a rock climbing and hiking destination, but is now quickly becoming known for its great restaurants and entertainment venues. Venues like Skybridge Station, where you can see live music on the weekends or go to Tuesday night trivia. Kel's Patriot Pizza, Spanx Franks, Dixie Freeze, Beef Finca, 145 Stakeout, which has live music most weekends, The Brick, Red Point Barbecue, and Bites and Bargains. Wolfe County is naturally gorgeous, and Wolfe County Tourism invites you to stop in and try one of these great restaurants on your next visit.
Come see us at Jackson Medical Clinic Family Healthcare in Jackson for all your medical needs. Now also offering behavioral healthcare services. The clinic is open 7 days a week and will have new extended hours of operation beginning on January 1st, 2024. Hours of operation will be from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. With a hometown atmosphere, come let our family take care of yours.
Variety Pizza, located at 1189 Main Street in Jackson, has been family owned and operated for over 45 years, serving the community with fresh, homemade, and handcrafted pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. Carry out or stay and enjoy the newly renovated dining areas with private party spaces available. Stop by and see Lee and Al or call 666-5454 for Variety Pizza.
Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance Incorporated, Little Flower Clinic, East Kentucky Chiropractic, and Quantum Healthcare. We want to be your medical home of the mountains, offering medical, dental, pediatrics, chiropractic, behavioral health, women's health, rheumatology, x-ray, lab, transportation, case management, sliding fee scale, and 340B drug pricing. Little Flower Clinic, 279 East Main Street, open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., 487-9505, and Quantum Healthcare, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. until 11 p.m., 436-0711, or visit our webpage, kymha.com.
At People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, we're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
Probably the most important part of a halftime segment that I was reminded of just a minute ago. Darren and myself took part in a wonderful Thanksgiving-like dinner as far as quantity. And we have to take the time to thank a very important person. Yeah. Evan, would you please do that for us?
It is the one, the only, the grand, the great, Shirley Houndshell, or as everyone else calls her, Mamaw Shirley.
Mamaw Shirley calls me and informs me of what's about to partake when I enter the press box.
And you sure partook.
And Darren and myself were both greeted with brisket, homemade macaroni and cheese, homemade baked beans. I don't know what she does to the mac and cheese, but it was a wonderful.
Crackers.
It was a wonderful meal. Thank you, Mamaw Shirley.
Yes.
We love you, Shirley Houndshell. We couldn't have done it without you. We miss you. We know you wanted to be here tonight, but we greatly appreciate you taking care of us guys up here in the press box and
Rob,
supporting Bluegrass Sports Nation.
I say it about Mamaw Shirley all the time. She is the reason I played offensive line.
You could have been a skill kid.
I could have been. I may have been a big tight end, big wide receiver, but no, thanks to Mamaw Shirley, I got to play on the line.
Thank you, Shirley, once again for that wonderful meal.
Yep, we love you, Mamaw.
We got a minute and 57 seconds on the clock. Great halftime session here we've had. Brendan came up thanking all the fans and our sponsors. We appreciate you guys being online. A great list of sponsors through each game so far this season, and you'll continue to hear more about them throughout tonight. And folks, we couldn't do it without you. So it's important for Brendan to come up, thank you guys, and we appreciate you guys being online, hanging in there with us. We've had numerous issues throughout the year at different games, and it's kind of nice to be at home and kind of know how our Wi-Fi signal is going to work and how things are going to be. And Evan and I really enjoyed ourselves up here in the first half. Great ball game to watch and a great ball game to call. We know you're enjoying it at home. Sit tight.
Yeah.
Might want to pull up the notches just a little tighter on the seatbelt if you got one, because the second half between the Cougars and the Bobcats is never one to miss.
Yeah, Rob, we talked. I know I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but those who may have watched around my senior season in 24 and in 2023 know that a 21-point lead, of course, not in this situation, it's an 8-point lead, but 21 points on the board for the Bobcats is usually spelled doom. The Letcher County Cougars come alive later in the game. So we'll see how the Bobcats kind of fight this off. I know that might be in the back of their head right now.
Coach Matthews and the coaching staff for Letcher Central always top notch at getting the best out of their kids that are on the field. They have a great group of athletes on this team, but always good at making adjustments to the team that they're playing also. And they've had 3 big wins after that loss at Johnson Central. And Letcher Central looking to try and stay in this one as the Bobcats will be kicking off. And Letcher Central will be on offense first to start the third quarter here from the Riverbank.
Ooh. All right. Well,
I was just going to say that was my favorite, man. I didn't want that one. But
well, Rob, looking down coming out of half, the Breathitt County defense needs to make another stand here.
Yeah.
Where they don't need to let the Cougars gain momentum. And if you're a Cougar fan, you got to gain that momentum and just find a way to fight through the Bobcat defense. It's been so good so far this game.
There's always a lot of things on film that you can coach and talk about. But, man, you kind of got to love the film for the defense right now because it's kind of building some confidence for them.
Definitely, Rob.
Showing them some things that they're doing right.
Yeah. As we said over our break, the Bobcat defensive line is getting a good amount of pressure, which is forcing the quarterback to make some quick split decisions, which can lead to mistakes.
Ball didn't take any bounces. It's going to roll back to the 30 and be picked up by number 2, where he'll be tackled by the initial tackle made by number 13, Austin Barker.
We've talked about it so far tonight as well, Rob, how good the coverage team has been on kickoff.
Yeah, really, we talk about the third facet of the football game many times, and special teams is something that's often overlooked, but can be a very big factor in the winning of a close ball game. So we are at the 11:53 mark, and the Cougars with another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down from the 29-yard line at center field. Holbrook with 1 receiver each side, 1 back each side. They'll change things up. They give it in the backfield. That is Howard, I believe. Howard stumbles forward, pickup of about 9 yards before he's tackled by Trenton Noble.
Yeah, Rob, this is definitely what you want to see if you're a Cougar fan right now. Just a big run to start your drive.
Yep.
And
that was number 34. That was
Howard. Those 2 men are built the same, so it's a little hard to tell them apart sometimes. But a great run by him brings up a 2nd and short. 2nd and short's a very favorable position to be in for the offensive coordinator because you have a lot of options of what you can do with your plays.
Exactly right. One receiver to the right, 2 to the left, 1 back each side. Howard going to go in motion for the quick screen pass. Jagger Burton again right there to make that tackle.
Great play by Jagger Burton. It looks like we may have a hold tagged on because the receiver stock blocking seemed to have a big hold of him.
Laundry on the field, the hold, as Jagger Burton still able to make the tackle. We talk about Burton making the open field tackles, and once again, Burton there to make the tackle. The hold call goes against the wide receiver, and the Cougars will be backed up, and it'll be 2nd and 15. 11:07 on the clock.
Jagger Burton has developed very well in that outside linebacker position, Rob. He's fighting off blocks well and really closing off those like short little pop pass and screens that we've seen tonight.
Yeah, he's done a wonderful job with being able to shut down the screen, and he's right there to make the tackle as soon as the receiver makes the catch. 1 receiver each side for Holbrook. 2 backs to the left, give in the backfield to Sturgill, and Sturgill makes 1 man miss. He's broken out on the right side, headed towards the corner of the end zone, 1 man to beat, and he is struck down by number 7. That is Cameron Johnson with the touchdown saving tackle. We told you to buckle up the seatbelt. The second half was always a good one, and a good run that time by Sturgill as he moves the ball up the field. Another Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down for the Cougars.
A big one for the Cougars as well, as Sturgill's able to use his ball carrier vision to find a good hole and make a big play, Rob.
Little stutter step that time, and I believe that's Sturgill again.
I believe that might be Howard.
Is that Howard?
I think I saw a 34. Ooh.
Like a little fight for the ball, maybe. I don't know what's going on with number 77 and a couple others there.
Yeah, of course, Rob, this is a rivalry game. For folks who don't know, I'm pretty sure it was Letcher County who Breathitt County couldn't play for a good while after a few fights. No, I could be mistaken.
I have to go back and look in the history books, but I'm sure.
I might be confusing Letcher Central with Pike County Central.
That's true.
Yes.
Cougars. Ball on the 13-yard line. 9:53 on the clock.
Folks, I'm sorry if I gave you some misinformation. Too many hits to the head.
I wouldn't worry about it. Give in the backfield. to Howard. Made one defender miss, and maybe a pickup of a yard, maybe two.
After Sturgill's very big run, the Bobcat defense has done a very good job so far bowing up against the Letcher County run game the rest of this drive.
We'll call it the 12-yard line on the right hash. Clock continues to tick down, 9:17 on the clock. Holbrook looking to the sideline. One receiver to his right, two to the left, stacked close to the line of scrimmage. And he's going to pitch it in the backfield to Howard. Howard, initial tackle is missed, and he's got an opening, and he stumbles forward. They're going to shut him down about the 1-yard line. So Adam Spencer with a big tackle.
Yeah, very close. Another big play with Jagger Burton, but number 34, Garrett Howard's able just to fight through the tackle, even runs into one of his own guys and gets them around the goal line. It's enough for another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Cougars as they fight for another touchdown.
That time the receiver just sealed off the corner, and Howard able to get past the defenders.
Yeah.
And Howard once again steps into the end zone with 8:45 on the clock. So the Cougars put 6 more on the board, and that'll make the score 21-19. We'll see if they elect to go for 2.
Looks like they will, Rob, as their offenses remain down on the field from what I can see. Of course, this is a big moment in the game. If you don't get it here, you're down.
2 points down. Yeah, it's going to be, there's a little bit bigger deficit, and it really benefits you to tie it up here in the third quarter. But if you don't get this 2-point conversion, you're looking at a
bit of a risky call here from the Cougars.
It is. Could get into a 3-score deficit really easy if they don't get it, and it looks like they do, and that'll tie it up with 8:45 on the clock. The 2-point conversion is good.
We got a ball game, folks.
21-all here from the Riverbank. We'll be back after this message.
At People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, we're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
Folks, we are back from the Riverbank. The Cougars drive down the field to open up the third quarter. 8:45 on the clock. They have tied it up with a touchdown by Howard and a 2-point conversion. That is good. 21-all your score. And the Cougars will come out to kick this one off from the 40. Receiving team just to our left for the Bobcats of Colin Combs and Eli Thomas back deep. But we've witnessed in this position that Adam Spencer has brought back a couple of those short kicks for the Bobcats.
Well, Rob, just to touch on the Letcher County offense, they did really good. They were in a hole there. They had a big run, got a holding call, got pushed back, and after a great tackle, too, from Jagger Burton, closes off a passing play.
Reacting to adversity, my friend. And there's the kick. It'll roll back. It'll be handled by Colin Combs. Combs will pick it up on the left side of the field and bring it back to the middle of the field. He's got an opening. He's up to the 45, and he's down at the 40. Just past the 40, up to about the 37-yard line. Now, Colin Combs with a big run on the return for the Bobcats.
Now, Rob, me and Colin's brother, Corey Combs, another Bobcat great, we're talking pregame about his brother, and he said Colin's got great ball carrier vision. And we saw that there. Ball carrier vision really pays off on a kick return, and it puts the Bobcats well into Cougar territory to start this drive.
He picked up that kick way over next to the numbers and brought it back to midfield, followed his blockers, and was able to find an opening and across the 50-yard line over up to the 39. So
got to think Colin Combs is going to be a big weapon for the Bobcats next year.
Yep. Buckhorn Children's and Family Services from the 39 for the Bobcats. They give it to Thomas. Thomas drives forward to the 30, falls past the 30. You see where they mark him down. Looks like about the 29-yard line. So
it's like it might be
very close. Yes, it is. It's a Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down.
You got me.
Stacked receivers to the right. Give to Thomas in the backfield. He'll drive forward. Picks up about 2. I'm going to say more than 2, I believe. Depends on the spot. Looks like about a pickup of 3 yards.
Bobcats may look to slow down the game a little bit here. Cougars scored moderately fast on that last drive, Rob. So the Bobcats may look to run the ball and kill a lot of clock while they're down here in Cougar territory.
They're spotted on the 25-yard line on the right hash. Holland comes off the sideline from talking to Coach Moore. Bobcats in the huddle. They'll break it. Combs out to the left at the wide receiver. 3 receivers to the right. Give to Thomas. All blockers as receivers, and Thomas will run it out of bounds up around the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. So I like how Coach Moore sets those receivers up stacked to one side, and they're basically all used as blockers downfield. So
good play by the Cougar defender, though, as he's able to push Eli Thomas out of bounds. Makes a minor stop. It makes a third and medium situation. Of course, brings up how the Bobcats have had some trouble on second down this year, or this game. Of course, you don't need to get all the yards on second down, but you need to get a good amount.
Yeah, manageable. You want your third down to be manageable. He's going to pitch to Thomas. Thomas inside picks up the first down and more as he falls forward to about the 14-yard line. So the Bobcats again with another Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down coming on the right hash, courtesy of Eli Thomas. Great blocking up front. And Thomas that time picking up the yards on the ground, 7:23 on the clock. Another first down for the Cats as they drive into the red zone now from the 19.
Looks like Thomas is
from the 14.
Take a breather here. Kid has earned it with a hat trick tonight, Rob.
Yeah, he has. He's been a workhorse for the Bobcats. Giving the backfield to Gibson. Gibson up the middle. Lowers the shoulders, still on his feet, up to about the 6-yard line. So that time, Gibson working hard, lowering the shoulder after the first initial hit.
Rob, we have said it all year. The Bobcat run game is very dangerous with the two-headed beast that is Jaden Gibson and Eli Thomas.
We got Barnett in there to blocking back right now, so look for Gibson to follow Barnett. Gibson up inside, bounces off a defender, falls back. We'll say it's spotted around the 7, and they're going to spot it at the 6.
Of course, as we've said earlier in our program, it is awesome to have Jaden Gibson back.
It is. He was greatly missed last week, and I know that really ripped his heart out not being able to play at Hazard in that game. And it's just great to see him back on the field. And you kind of feel like he's got something he wants to prove tonight with missing that game last week.
Definitely, Rob. Of course, it hurts both the Bobcat defense and offense when he isn't out there because he's a both-way player.
Wishbone. Holland goes under center, gives to Gibson. Got a blocker in. Thomas lowers his shoulder up to about the 1. So a great run. That time we seen, I thought it was, Thomas as a blocking back. So Gibson with the run, getting it close to the end zone from the 1-yard line. Holland again under center, turns in the wishbone. Gibson driving forward, and I don't think he got in. No, he's actually rolling back. So that time the Cougars able to come up with a defensive stop with 5:47 on the clock. I like that wishbone look, though. The Cats, so it's really hard to stop, and that wishbone.
Definitely. Good effort by the Cougar defenders to come up and stop that. Of course, usually when you wishbone is a formation where you know what's coming, and you probably know what hole it's going to. So good on the Cougar defense to stop that.
That wishbone offense with a good set of blockers up front like we have is hard to stop. This time they're going to give to Thomas, and he'll walk in for the end zone. Thomas out of the backfield with 5:16. Eli Thomas, that's his 4th touchdown of the night for Eli.
Eli Thomas is blowing up the score sheet tonight, Rob, for stat sheet.
5:16 on the clock. Cats put on another 6 points. That'll make it 27-21. And Wyatt Spencer will be on to attempt the point after. Kick for Wyatt as he steps this one off, waits on the hold. Kick it's going to be blown dead on the play as one of the defenders jumps into the neutral zone, and they'll get him for offsides. And I think the ball will scoot half the distance of the goal, and probably the 2-point conversion team may come out.
As we've seen all year, Rob, if the Bobcats are handed a 2-point conversion, like that in this territory, they're going to take it. And it looks like the Bobcats are going to go to their heavy set. Of course,
They're in
with
there.
Sawyer Hall, of course, with Sawyer Hall being out, Chris Sizemore's already out there. So it looks like they brought up Caden Combs to be the extra lineman.
Got Caden Combs in the game, the heavy set coming up. Look for the Wildcat set. Barnett and Gibson, the only two in the backfield. Holland will go out as a receiver. Look out. Here comes the pain. Low snap, but Gibson lowers the shoulder. And waiting on a signal, they say he's no good. They're going to say he's short. He didn't make it. So big stop for the Cougars with 5:16 on the clock. That'll make your score 27-21. We'll be back after this message on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
Thanks to ARH, Appalachian Regional Healthcare is more for Appalachia. Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson, serving the financial needs of Breathitt County. Hazard Community and Technical College, they've got you covered. Call them today at 606-487-3293. Jackson Electric Plumbing and Supply. Stop and see Scott for all your plumbing, septic, and appliance parts. Jackson Medical Clinic. Come by and see them at the clinic for all of your medical needs. Open 7 days a week. Jackson Physical Therapy and Colby Watts. Thanks to Colby for keeping the Bobcats on the field. All of our sponsors, we appreciate you guys. We'll hear more about the rest of them as the night goes on. 5:16 here in the third quarter. The Bobcats go up 6 points with that last score, 27-21. The two-point conversion fails, Evan, and another strong point and a strong case for those that third facet of the ball game. You're looking for those special teams as two-point conversion's not good. The Bobcats opted to go for that after the penalty. I don't know if the ball touched the Cougars, but it got by a number of them, and the Bobcats were trying to get after that one. It's going to go out of bounds on the Cougars sideline.
Looks like they may. I don't see a flag yet, though, Rod.
I haven't seen the flag come from over there on the sideline. I see a lot of Cougar fans.
I think, there's one right there as the ref picks it up.
Okay. So the ball goes out of bounds.
But, Rob, going back to that two-point conversion, that's a big play. It's the same situation we were talking about when Letcher was going for two. It's a risk and a gamble. If Letcher can score here, they may go for two.
Well,
you never know. It's a numbers game here.
If you're Coach Moore, if you're any coach, if you're any fan on that Breathitt sideline, you got to like your odds in the Wildcat with Gibson and Barnett back there behind that heavy set of linemen. So, that gamble has worked many times this season. Tonight, it comes up short against the Cougars. Defensively, a good stop for them.
Yeah, it's a big moment in this game. Of course, with a score like this and a good game like we have right now, every moment matters.
Buckhorn Children's and Family Services first down will take place at the 49-yard line in Bobcat territory on the right hash for Letcher Central. Holbrook will get set. Great field position for them to start, giving the backfield to Sturgill, and he's tackled immediately.
I think that's number 5, Caden Neese.
Caleb Neese.
Caleb Neese.
Got a player down over there. We'll see how quickly they are to get up.
It's like
I actually got 2 players over there down. We'll take a quick break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back.
People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, we're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
All right, folks, we are back. Both players up walking off the field for the Bobcats, and the Cougars come out of the huddle, and they'll get set to work on offense. So 2nd down and 9. Ball on the 48-yard line on the right hash. Cougars set to go back to work. Holbrook in the backfield, one back just to his right. I believe that's Sturgill. Sturgill's just a little bit smaller than Howard.
Yeah. Of course, they're two very bigly built running backs.
Yeah, they are.
From our vantage point, it's a little hard to tell, right?
Quite a load to bring down, either one of those guys. Some great athletes on this Cougar team, too. I mean, I was out there on the field watching them during warm-ups, and, man, they got some size.
They have some great athletes that go through their program, Rob. These two running backs we said not, and last year were cute.
Yeah. Yeah, Quentin just an exceptional running back last year.
Exceptional athlete all around.
Yeah, baseball. Yeah, just a wonderful athlete.
Yep.
So Jason Combs having to come off the field, and they're going to send in Cameron Johnson. That was number 11.
Throw in number 2, Jake Fugit, too, here on the corner.
Okay. So we got offsides on the Cougars.
Yeah, false start. Number 63, Carson Miller's a little happy to go, too.
So 4:53 on the clock. The false start penalty on the Cougars will march it back, and it'll be 2nd and 14 now from the 48 back over into Cougar territory. Holbrook going to try to make something happen on a big conversion. He'll take the snap, give in the backfield to Sturgill. Sturgill dances past one defender. Got a flag coming, and Cougar is brought down. That was Sturgill. Looks like about the 47 or 48 in Breathitt territory, but we've got a flag. A lot of Letcher offensive players pointing at the defenders, but the flag will go against the Cougars. And they'll walk this one off 10 yards.
Yeah, the Letcher County offense has had a lot of penalty yards tonight in holdings, Rob.
Wow, that's a big one. That's going to be 2nd and 24. Is that correct?
It looks to be, Rob.
Yeah, 2nd and 24 for
big task for this Cougar offense.
All the way back to the 38-yard line. 2nd and 23, they're calling it. And they're going to give it in the backfield to Howard. Howard gets past one defender. Kylan Combs able to bring him down at the 45, maybe up to the 46. So Kylan with a great tackle.
Yeah, definitely. Great way to fight through the stiff arm and make a good shoestring tackle to keep Howard from getting any more yards, Rob.
So that'll bring up a big 3rd down with 4:28 on the clock. This will be 3rd and 15.
Letcher has been very good on these long 4th downs. Yes. They, of course, haven't converted a few, but on their last drive had a very big run, Rob.
Yeah, we gotta be careful. You just about want to play a little bit of prevent in this case, and watch for something coming deep from Holbrook. But at the same time, you look in the backfield, you got Howard. He's going to sit back and throw. He's going to go deep down the field. He's got a man back there tipped, and Adam Spencer almost with the interception. He could feel that one in his fingertips, and it'll fall incomplete, and it'll bring up a big 4th down for the Cougars at 4th and 15.
Yeah, looks like the Cougars are going to elect the punt on 4th and 15. Great defensive stop by the Bobcats. Of course, had a little help from penalties here. A very big holding call that put the Cougars back big time. That would have absolutely killed their momentum in this drive, Rob.
That really hurt them. And the punt from the Cougars is high and short, and it'll fall at the 30 and take a Cougar bounce back to about the 18 with 3:47 on the clock. Bobcat offense will come out and try to see if they can put 6 more points on the board to finish off the 3rd quarter. 3 minutes and 47 seconds to go to work.
Bobcats should look to maybe try to retain a lot of their momentum. Of course, last drive we did see a few Bobcat We did see Jaden Gibson come off a little gingerly, so maybe
He's back out on the field. He's running out right now.
Like we talked about earlier. Grit, Rob.
Yeah, he's wanting to play, like we said, and maybe something to prove tonight after that injury.
Yeah, he was very close to a touchdown earlier on last drive, Rob. Maybe he wants to look to finish that.
Trips to the right, give in the backfield to Gibson, and he breaks it up the middle, up to about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line.
Well, with a run like that, you got to think, was he even hurt when he was walking off the field? Maybe just a little winded.
Maybe so. You're going to spot it at the 25 over on the left hash. Bobcats go back to work, trips to the right again. Combs, a single receiver over to the left. Gibson in the backfield. And they'll give to Gibson. He's met at the line of scrimmage. So a good defensive stop by the Cougars.
And brings up a third and
short. Third and 3.
Shortish.
Yeah. Thanks again to Kentucky Mountain Health Alliance, the Little Flower Clinic, the law office of David A. Johnson, People's Bank of Jackson, SEC Auto Sales, Variety Pizza, and Wolf County Tourism. We've got another player down, maybe a cramp on the field, so we'll take a quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be right back.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
All right, folks, we're back. 3:06 on the clock. Holland looking for the call from the sideline. 2 receivers just to his right now, Spencer and Barker. And looks like he's got Thomas back there in the backfield. He'll lower the shoulder, driving forward, takes a couple of defenders with him, and I believe that's another first down for the Bobcats on the shoulders of Eli Thomas, another Breathitt.
Buckhorns Children and Family Services first down. Of course, Rob, as we said earlier, it's great to have 2 great running backs.
Yeah.
Of course, Gibson comes out of the game for a moment.
Yep.
Eli Thomas goes in, drives forward for a big first down for the Bobcats.
Yeah, and clock management at this point of the game with the lead is going to be very important for the Bobcats. And you would think that they would try to do that with Barnett and Thomas in the backfield. If Gibson's not in there, you see Barnett in right now as the blocking back in front of Thomas. Holland going to sit back from the pocket, throws, and that's going to be a forward pass. Ball on the ground, still bouncing around, going to be picked up by the Cougars. They've got it at the 40, and he's going to the sideline at the 20.
So
drove out of bounds.
Looks like the referees will deem that a fumble, Rob.
That's what it looked like. You got people all over the sideline wanting to know why the flag wasn't thrown. But it's with 2:21 on the clock, as we made mention, stranger things have happened in these Cougar and Bobcat games. A 6-point lead for the Bobcats is no kind of safety net. With 2:21, the Cougars will take over after the turnover by the Bobcats.
Well, folks, we've said it all night. This game can change on a dime.
Yeah, we'll say they're at the 16-yard line. Wyatt Spencer coming in on defense. So the Cougars with great field position.
On a great blitz from, I think it was number 53 for the Cougars. Let me see if I can find his number while they get ready.
They'll go to work in the backfield, give to Howard. Howard up the middle with a big gain. Still on his feet, driving forward. Still on his feet. Finally brought down around the 4-yard line. What a carry by Howard.
Yeah, it was number 54, Braxton Baker. I think with the pressure and strip fumble.
The freshman quarterback Cooper Bates was actually in the game to make the handoff at quarterback that time. We see him coming off the sideline, bringing the play in this time for the huddle. So I don't know what happened to Holbrook.
Interesting. Maybe the Cougars have a different set specifically made for Banks.
2 receivers to the left. Bates back there.
Bates.
Waiting on the snap. He'll give inside. That ball goes to Howard on the give. and he's drove back by a number of defenders. And we get a whistle. 1:37 on the clock, 27-21 your score. Cougars still trying to get into the end zone here late in the third. Great field position. I mean, they're really
great play from the Cougar defense that led them to this field position. Great kind of a delayed pressure.
Yep.
I caught it as it happened. The rusher walked up to the line. Of course, that's what happens with this 3-3 is these linebackers move around a lot more and walk around.
Hard to block that, especially like you made comment about being in a zone type of offense. Snap to Howard, lowers his shoulder, powers forward into the end zone with 56 seconds on the clock. So that will tie the ball game up at 27.
Let's see what the Cougars elect to do here. They can either keep it simple and keep it safe and just kick the extra point and go up 1, or they might be aggressive and try to go for 2, Rob.
We are on the eye. Did you see anything special?
Looks like there hasn't been any changes to personnel. They might be going for 2.
Well, I was looking towards the sideline to see Bates is still over there taking the call from Coach Matthews, I believe. No, Bates is going to go out. The kicking team's going to come in because there's
Adams.
Adams, yeah. So they will elect to go for the point after.
Cougars taking the conservative approach to this scoring drive, Rob, on this family pharmacy scoring drive.
Yep. So Adams will step this one off. 55 seconds on the clock. Tie game, 27 all. She waits on the snap. Ball is down. Her kick is up. And it is good. And that'll give the Cougars the lead. 28-27 your score, 55 seconds left in the third. We'll be back after this message.
At People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, we're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
All right, folks, we are back. 55 seconds on the clock. Your score is 28-27. Cougars go up by 1 point. Bobcats with some work to do here, Evan, to finish off the third.
Yeah, Robin, as we were talking about over the break, that failed 2-point conversion is really looming large over the Bobcats right now. As if they had got that, they'd be up right now. And if they kicked the extra point, they'd be tied.
They'd be tied. Yep.
Very
Very important facet that we talk about special teams, especially the point afters. And a lot of teams always elect to have that conservative approach, at least put the 1 point on the board. And here tonight, a missed 2-point conversion and Letcher had a missed
extra
kick,
point.
Extra point. So both of those
they made up for it with their gamble.
They have. Thanks again to our sponsors, Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic and Hutch Automotive and Tire Works. Here's your kick. Nice high kick. Going to be handled back about the 31-yard line.
It's number 2, Jake Fugit on the reception of the ball.
Tackled. We got flags coming in. And I think that's going to go against Letcher. A little bit of extracurricular activity after the kick return.
Of course, if we hadn't mentioned it throughout this program tonight, Rob, Letcher and Breathitt have had a history over these past few years.
Yep.
And as I've been told from other friends who played high school football, Letcher's a very chippy team. They like to get under your skin. So wouldn't expect in these last few minutes of the third and then going into the fourth quarter if it gets a little bit more chippy out there.
Well, it's mountain football, and I'll just be honest with you. There's not many teams that don't talk a lot of trash or a little bit of trash and get a little chippy, especially in a game that's close and especially in a game that they battle year in and year out. So
definitely. Looks like that chippiness has costed the Cougars, though, Rob, as the Bobcats have crossed over into Cougar territory.
So the Bobcats get set, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gibson will be the H-back. He'll block for Thomas. Thomas up the gut and up the middle of the field as he drives it forward. Pickup of about, what did it say, 6, but I think there's going to be a pickup of about 5 yards.
Okay. All right.
So the ball spotted at the 44-yard line.
The Cougars have been bringing a lot of delayed blitzes here recently, Rob.
Thomas cuts it back up inside, still on his feet, makes a man miss, and he's at the 30.
My gosh.
He's at the 21 man to beat, and he is tackled up around the 10-yard line. 2 words for you, sports fans. Eli Thomas on another big pickup and a big gain for the Bobcats. Another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for Eli as he continues to pick up the yards for the Bobcats. Let's give it to Gibson. Gibson breaks 1 tackle, and finally the second and third defender will bring Jaden Gibson down just inside the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 7.
Not much you can say about that, Rob, other than a great play from Thomas.
Yeah. That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. We'll take a break, and we'll be
People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
Thanks again to our premier sponsors, Buckhorn Children and Family Services, for sponsoring all of our first downs. For over 100 years, they have been bringing healing and hope to families across Kentucky, from addiction recovery to foster care. They help grow more stronger and healthier and independent families in Eastern Kentucky. And thanks to Family Pharmacy for sponsoring all of our scoring plays. Great people with your safety at heart. Family and Hometown Pharmacy have always been proud supporters of the Bobcats. Evan Miller, we've got another 12 minutes on the clock in this great rivalry between the Cougars and the Bobcats threatening to score deep in Cougar territory as we start the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Rob. It calls back to our boxing match analogy we brought up during week 1 in Millersboro as Eli Thomas receives the ball.
This is gets one defender to miss, and he falls forward around the 5-yard line. So an ankle tackle trips him up. Thomas
slow to get up.
That ankle tackle,
looks like
may have stretched it out a little bit there.
Yeah, let's take a quick break while he's down.
For over 100 years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
What keeps you going? Your love for the game? Your teammates? A victory? At ARH Orthopedics, our goal is to keep you pain-free so your body can keep going. There's no time for discomfort in your joints or ligaments caused by an injury. ARH Orthopedic providers specialize in treatment plans, from non-surgical and surgical options, so your care is entirely centered around you.
2 receivers each side, stacked for Holland. Barnett, the back behind him. They'll give to Barnett. He cuts it up inside, lowers the shoulder into the end zone for the score. 11:34 on the clock.
Wow. Great play from Barnett just to hit the hole with
Talk about running north and south.
Definitely. And he meets a defender near the one or goal line, just lowers his shoulder and powers through. This is what we've talked about all year with Braden Barnett, just his ability to power through defenders and fight through tackles, Rob.
Yeah, just, the young man went down to Estill County on that Saturday when that game was delayed, and he scored both touchdowns and put the Bobcats up, I think, 50-12 that afternoon. So
it's like the Bobcats are going to be aggressive here and try to make up for the lost point.
Barnett able to get in the end zone when you call his number. Giving the backfield to Holland. Tries to make a shake and bake to the corner. And looking for a... No, they say he didn't get in the corner.
Wow.
Line judge says no.
Wow.
So with 11:34 on the clock, that'll make your score 33-28. We'll take a break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back.
SEC Auto Sales, located at 1557 Highway 15 South in Jackson, is the fastest growing pre-owned dealership in the area. Whether you're looking for a used or new-to-you vehicle, SEC has you covered. Think you can't get finance? Well, think again. They have the best interest rates available, serving all of Eastern Kentucky. Let them show you an easy buying experience. Come on down and see Jeff, Dwayne, and the rest of the gang. Call 606-272-6888 or visit them online at secautosales.com.
Welcome back to the Riverbanks, folks. As Rob, the 2-point conversion gamble does not pay off again.
Yeah, we've watched that part of the ball game be very important here tonight with the missed extra points, missed 2-point conversions. It brings your score to an odd number of 33-28. A 5-point game, it's an odd total, especially in high schools. So, with the missed 2-point conversions and the missed extra point early by Letcher, those points have continued to pile up, and they're not on the scoreboard. They're missed points and a lack of making good on that opportunity to get it in at a short yardage distance, and it's going to end up hurting one of these teams here late in this ballgame.
Definitely. It puts a lot more pressure on your offense too, because now you're thinking, well, if Letcher scores, they could go up two points.
We got a different kicker in here at Wyatt Spencer, usually a squib kick, and it's going to go over to about the 35, and Cougars will fall on it and cover it up. And with 11:32 on the clock, another Buckhorn Children's and Family Services for the Cougars.
Yep. Yeah, Rob, but as I was saying, that puts a lot of pressure on your offense going into Breathitt's next scoring drive, especially if the Cougars score this drive.
Yeah, it does. It's makes the game even closer every time you miss that extra point. If the other team is making theirs, it's stretching the lead out even farther. And if the Cougars come down the field and score, Bobcats really got a lot of work to do late here in the fourth. We'll see how Bates back in there at quarterback again, as Holbrook is not in the game. Looks to fake. He's looking down the field. He's going to throw across midfield. Almost intercepted by Cameron Johnson.
Very close.
Missed the receiver big time for Bates. Intended receiver was number 1. That is Outlaw. Jed Outlaw, the intended receiver.
Lucky break for Bates on that play, Rob. If
really
that ball
was.
had a little bit more air
Exactly.
under it, Cameron Johnson might be running to the end zone right now, or at least making an attempt to.
3 defenders right there close to Outlaw, too. So, iffy throw that time. Real sketchy. Worrisome for a Cougar fan to see that pass in the air. 11:27 on the clock. Cougars come back out and go to work.
Of course, Banks is a younger quarterback, so you may see more of those mistakes from him.
Sits back here, waits on the snap. 2 receivers to the left. He'll give in the backfield and going to be tackled immediately. The ball comes out.
Wow.
Bobcats are saying they have recovered it. We'll see if there's an initial call. The referees are right down in the pile with the players. And we've got...
Nice. Wow.
We got a lot of action at the center of the field, and the Bobcats with 11:12 on the clock have recovered the fumble at the 21-yard line at midfield. So what a defensive stop by the Cats.
Yeah, Rob,
great field position.
We were just talking about it, Rob, how if the Cougars score here, it puts pressure on them. The Bobcat defense said, no pressure on our offense. We're going to put them in great position to score, as they are only a few yards out from the red area.
Well, we haven't spoke a lot about this offensive line tonight, but it's a great time to do so. A lot of work to do in a short period of time to get there, and ball carrier met at the line of scrimmage and tackled by 69 of the Cougars. Ball carrier was Thomas. Great stop that time by the big guy from the Cougars. That is Kanan Sargent.
Good to see Thomas back in, too, as when he was down for a good little while, Rob.
Cats get set. Barnett going to come into the game. And looks like Gibson will come out. So Lady Luck falls the way of the Bobcats again. Let's see if they can converge on it, capitalize on it, and they get up to the 5-yard line again. Eli Thomas on the carry as he gets past a number of defenders, up on his feet, runs the ball back to the ref and gets in the huddle. Thomas just continues to be the man.
Yes, right.
When Coach Moore calls his number.
He is an awesome running back. He makes his way through the hole, makes it past the second level defender, gets the ball again.
Stretches it out at about the 1-yard line as he really had to work to get to the corner that time. And
But Rob,
that time he got by a defender and got to the 1.
If we take it back to that previous play, we got to bring up his ball carrier vision. So we've complimented him on all throughout this year. He finds the hole, hits it well, makes it to a second level defender, is able to make it past him almost for a touchdown. That third level guy did not come down and stop him.
Gibson back into the game now in the backfield. Back there with Holland. Barnett up at the blocking back. Going to give to Gibson. Gibson walks into the end zone for the 16 on the clock. The Bobcats go back up 39-28.
Yep. Gibson finally gets his roses, not as he hits pay dirt, Rob. He's got close a few times earlier in that drive where they're in the bone, but now he finally makes it in there.
So the
Bobcats elect to take the extra point, Rob.
So the Cougars try to draw closer, and the Bobcats able to make the stop on the back of their defense, and they call the number of Eli Thomas and Jaden Gibson,
the two-headed beast,
to get into the end zone, and Spencer will come out to attempt the point after. Waiting on the snap. There's the hold. Kick is up. Looks good from here, and it is. And that will make your score with 10:16 on the clock, 40-28. We'll be back after this message.
Go Time is a locally owned and operated convenience store that has all your wants and needs in one stop. We have everything from quick snacks and cool drinks, a full-service deli, fresh coffee bar, soft-serve ice cream, and milkshakes. Also, make sure to check out our Little Caesars pizzas. Go Time, where the customer always comes first. Refuel your tank, refill your cup, and refresh your taste buds all in one stop at Go Time.
.16 on the clock. Bobcats go up 12, 40-28 over the Cougars. And the Bobcats will come out to kick this one off. Very important turn of events there,
definitely, Rob.
Especially for the Bobcats in the fourth quarter. You saw a little bit of momentum pick up for the Cougars. You kind of felt like with their turnover, things was maybe moving in their direction a little bit offensively. We've seen Bates back there at the quarterback making things happen for him instead of Holbrook. Don't know where he's at or what happened with him.
Interesting switch for the Cougars.
But at this point, the Bobcats, like you said earlier, pulled the rug out from them, Evan, and made their own stop defensively and have put the ball back in the end zone. Cougars will pick it up at the 25. Young man still on his feet, going to be tackled by Trenton Noble and a host of Bobcats out at midfield around the 35-yard line. So the Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Cougars. Looks like they'll spot it at the 36.
Rob, we got to, of course, we've talked a lot about the Breathitt County offense tonight with both those running backs.
Yeah.
But let's give the flowers to the defense right now. Of course, that last drive does not happen if they don't get that fumble. And they had great pressure throughout that entire drive. That first play, big play, almost an interception. Next play, fumble.
Yeah, very true. You got to give credit where credit's due. And tell you what, we've had a lot of young guys that have come in and played some different positions tonight. And Breathitt showing some blitz up front, bringing everybody. The linebackers walking up in there. Bates going to roll out, throws short, and Combs trying to get there for another interception. It'll go incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Cougars with 10:02 on the clock.
Very nice play call from the Bobcats. That simulated pressure really puts the pressure on the offense. You think you might have 4, 5, 6 guys coming.
Yep.
When you really just have the 3 main rushers and maybe an outside guy, it messes with the offensive play caller's mind. Offensive play caller isn't a quarterback.
So the Cougars will come out of the huddle. Still got Bates back there at quarterback. Looks like you've got Howard just to his right, a little bit bigger running back. Take the snap, give to him up the middle. He's got an alley. Makes a man miss. Jagger Burton there to hang on, make the tackle up close to the first down, and
so they're going to mark him just short.
No, it's good. They're going to move the chains. That's a Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Cougars with 9:51 on the clock, as they'll bring it up to the 47-yard line.
Cougar offense trying to find some momentum here in the dwindling minutes of the fourth quarter, Rob.
They've still got a lot of time to work with 9:43 on the clock. Cougars come out with one receiver split out wide to both sides, blocking back behind the tight end, and they're going to give it to Sturgill in the backfield. He made the cut coming back inside, and defenders there to stop him. And probably a tackle, tackle for a loss. So we'll say a loss of 2 yards. So not the play that the Cougars needed at this point in time. 2nd and 12 now for Letcher Central.
Bobcat defense has played very well against the run tonight, Rob. Of course, there's been a few big running plays we've seen, but for the most part, they've done very well shutting it off.
Cougars with the same set. Bates waits on the snap. He'll take it, turn, give to Sturgill in the backfield. Tries to bounce off defender, still on his feet, brought down by another group of defenders. Looks like Caleb Neese.
Go ahead, Rob.
Caleb Neese and a couple other defenders in there. Wyatt Spencer.
Yeah, forward progress will get him a little bit past the original line of scrimmage, Rob.
You can't say enough about the guys that have came in to play tonight. Caleb Neese, Trenton Noble just doing an exceptional job. You got Wyatt Spencer in there, the linebacker right now. You've seen Colby Bird playing a lot of nose guard. We made mention of the Combs boys coming into play on the heavy set. Caden is out there, and also McIntosh has been on the field a lot tonight. So a lot of different names for the Bobcats coming in to fill in some of these injuries and some of these positions that we may have been worried about. So we'll take a quick break with the timeout here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
Hi, I'm attorney David Johnson. You may recognize me from some of our other ads, but injuries from an auto accident are no joking matter. With over 25 years of experience, our offices have the resources and expertise to go head-to-head with big insurance. While most of our cases get resolved without going to court, trust me, they know if the attorney you choose will take it this far. Either way, our clients get paid. So for all your legal needs, get the pros on your side.
All right, folks, we are back. Thanks again to our sponsors, Rose Brothers Department Stores with locations in Jackson and Bateville. Jiffy Mart, get in and out in a jiffy with gas, groceries, and a great meat department. Also, Hutch Automotive and Tire Works, your home in Jackson for CarQuest Auto Parts. And also Dr. Stephen Howard Chiropractic. If you've been injured, call Dr. Howard. They can help with accident and workers' compensation. Pass from Bates down the field. He's got a man back there, and it's picked off by Adam Spencer. On his feet at the 30, spins, tries to make another defender miss. Adam Spencer, the biggest heart on the field for the Bobcats. Young man able to do a lot here tonight for the Bobcats.
Definitely, Rob.
He may not be the biggest guy in stature, but I tell you what, he is always there when there's something going on.
Mm-hmm. Adam Spencer wanted to go back to that pick earlier.
Yeah.
You know he wanted that play back, and he got it back.
Got it. So the Bobcats with 7:55 on the clock, trying to throw a nail closer to the coffin and put the hammer on the head. Miles Holland comes from the sideline with the play call, and he'll go into the huddle.
Bobcat defense has come alive here in this fourth quarter, Rob. A fumble and now an interception.
Yeah, 2 takeaways. We talked about opportunities and mistakes early in the game. Thomas cuts back, middle of the field at the 40, the 45, the 50. A couple guys to outrun, and Eli Thomas has gone down the middle of the field into the end zone for another score. 7:44 on the clock.
Wow.
Eli Thomas says, thank you very much. I'll go to the end zone for the 5th time tonight.
Rob was just about to say that. If my math was correct, that's number 5. Awesome run by Eli Thomas, finding the cutback and just turning on the Jets. We've talked about that all season with Eli Thomas, how he just has that X factor to turn on the Jets whenever he finds the hole, and he just did it perfectly there.
Well, there's no doubt about his speed, and there's no doubt about his vision. He found that section of green grass in the middle of the field. Don't look now, he's gone. I don't know how many gears he had on that run, but I'll tell you what, he got to the end zone and had a celebration of young fans down there at the end as the Bobcats come on with the Spencers to attempt the extra point. The hold by Adam. The kick is up from Wyatt. And it is
not good.
Through the uprights and good. And that will make your score 47-28. Bobcats with a commanding lead here in the fourth with 7:44 on the clock. We'll take a break here on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
$7:44 left in the fourth quarter, 47-28. As the Bobcats, first off, to use your term, we got to give some flowers to the defense.
Definitely, Rob.
The pressure.
I was just about to say that.
The pressure, the problems they have created for the Cougars, and in turn, the Bobcats have used those opportunities and took advantage of that, put points on the board most every time tonight.
Definitely. This is tenfold different than what we saw last week from the Bobcat defense, and harkens back more to the preseason defense we saw in the Sayer scrimmage, Rob. And, of course, the Bobcat offense turns a big defensive play into a big offensive play with Eli Thomas.
So Wyatt Spencer on to kick the kickoff here with 7:44 on the clock, and another little squib kick will go back to about the 40 and be handled, and we'll get a penalty on that one as the young man was covering up the ball, and that's just a late hit.
Yeah.
Not a smart coverage play, but the flag will come out as unsportsmanlike, I would say, on that call, the late hit.
Definitely. Something like that happens sometimes, Rob, and especially when it's a younger guy.
Yeah.
Who I assume was making that play.
Yeah.
It just happens, and especially with a squib kick like that, the person receiving the ball just got it, fell on his hind end, and the Bobcat defender just already had his momentum. So, a play like that happens, the flag happens. So we'll see if the Cougars can turn back the points and see if maybe they can get rolling here, Rob.
Definitely a learning point for a young player coming in on the hit. Defense gets set for the Bobcats. We've got Bates still in the backfield for Cougars at the quarterback. One wide out each side. Give in the backfield to Sturgill, and he's going to be tackled immediately.
Number 59, Trenton Noble with number 76. Tate Skidmore helping out near the end.
Trenton Noble, Tate Skidmore in on the stop. Also in that front 3 mix is the one and only Carson Miller. So the defense gets set. We got receiver going out for the Cougars.
I don't know if I know that guy you just said, Rob.
So 2 receivers to the left for the Cougars, 1 to the right. Bates waits on the snap. He'll take it, hand in the backfield to Howard. Howard up the center of the field, dragging some Bobcat defenders with him. Right up close to the first down marker, and the referee says move the chains.
So brings them Buckhorn Children's and Family Services touchdown or first down.
Yep, another first down for the Cougars. 6:47 on the clock, 47-28 your score. Bobcats up. Cougars go to work here at midfield. Letcher Central looking to try and get closer to the red zone. Bates takes the snap, give again to Howard in the backfield. Howard met immediately, maybe a tackle for a loss. Burton, Skidmore, and Neese in on the tackle.
It's a whole host of Bobcats. Looks like they maybe a offensive line issue where it's the D line and maybe even a blitz came in.
Yeah. Nice defensive push by them that time on the Bobcats front 3. We've talked about pressure many times tonight, and it seems like no matter who the Bobcats bring in at those front 3 that we've been able to get good pressure on the quarterback and on that offensive line. Bates takes the snap, sits back, pitches over to Howard. Howard makes one defender miss. Got a block. And almost tackled by Combs, but Howard able to get away from Combs and will push it forward for a pickup of about 5. So to bring up a 3rd and 7, maybe a 3rd and 8.
3rd long situation for the Cougars.
From the 31-yard line. Center of the field. No, sitting on the left hash. My bad.
Yeah.
Bates looking to take the snap. 1 receiver out wide. 2 blocking backs in the back. Howard trying to get away from that in the backfield. Barnett having nothing of it. And the Bobcat defenders bringing down Howard. Tackle for a loss. Referee's right there to get everybody out of the pile safe and sound.
Looks like the Cougars are going to let go for it while they're in Bobcat territory. This is more than likely an obvious passing down for the
you would think
Cougars.
so with 4th and long. They're going to spot the ball and say it's 4th and 10. Ball on the 34. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Cougars trying to draw the Bobcats off, and it doesn't work. The Cougars will take a timeout, and we'll take it with them on Bluegrass Sports Nation. We'll be back after this message.
People's Bank is proud to continue to invest in the Bluegrass State. Our team has years of experience right here in Eastern Kentucky. By partnering with People's Bank, we provide solutions, not just products. Our vision is to be the best community bank in America, and we would love a chance to earn your business. People's Bank, working together, building success.
At Hazard Community and Technical College, you are more than just a number. With our low faculty to student ratio, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to succeed. Our dedicated faculty is here to guide you every step of the way, helping you reach your goals in a community that cares. Choose HCTC. We'll never underestimate you. Call us at 606-487-3293 to learn more.
All right, folks, we are back. Bluegrass Sports Nation bringing you the Bobcats and the Cougars from the Creek Bank here in Jackson. Bates takes a snap, sits back, wants to throw, goes across the middle of the field, throwing deep towards the end zone, incomplete. And it will go out of bounds, incomplete. Turnover on downs to the Bobcats with 4:09 on the clock. Bobcats take possession of the football at the 34-yard line.
Big defensive stand at the Bobcats. That's probably their that is their 3rd turnover of the night in this one little section. Of course, turnover on down is different than a takeaway, but still a turnover for the Bobcat defense in this one quarter. 3rd one, Rob.
I've been holding off to say anything about it, but you and I walked up here tonight talking about keys, and we talked about the word grit.
Mm-hmm.
And we've started to see the Bobcats grow a little bit tonight in that heart and that discipline and that just determination to not take anything for granted. As you see Eli Thomas again go from the 34-yard line across the 50 into Cougar territory for another Buckhorn Children and Family Services first down for the Bobcats on the back of Eli Thomas. He has scampered all over this field tonight.
Yeah, Rob. But to tag back into that conversation on grit, this could have been a game the Bobcats would come into and have their heads hung low.
Yeah.
They lost big against Hazard. A lot of their starters are out this game.
Injuries.
But they have just played through it. They have played like they want to win.
Well, the thing that I like about it is the people that have stepped up, and we named those names just a few minutes ago, have stepped into those positions, have made a difference in the ball game, and they've played hard and they've played gritty. So
definitely, and of course, we haven't called his name much tonight, but Chris Sizemore needs to be, as you would say, I would say, to be given his flowers, because he is thrown to one of the hardest positions in football, the offensive line position, in place of a star in Sawyer Hall, has to live up to that expectation, and he's done very well tonight.
You know, we look out on the field and we take for granted the Waylon Abners and Colby Birds and Carson Millers and the people that are out there every week that are playing so hard. But you talk about the people that are coming in, like the Sizemores and McIntosh and some of those names that we don't get to mention very often. The Caden Combs and just those kids that don't get those minutes, but they have came in tonight and made a difference. Kylan Combs loses a handle on the ball, but covers it back up for the Bobcats. But to get back into the grit conversation, as a fan and as a follower of the Bobcats, you had to be a little bit worried about that discussion, and everybody knew that discussion was happening.
Definitely.
But because of the injuries.
Now, I will tell you right now, those worries coming into this game are probably pretty high, but they've melted away since, because on that fourth down, the riverbank was loud.
Yeah, the fans are behind this club. 2:04 on the clock right now. The fans behind this club have been very vocal tonight, and that conversation about grit, that has been answered definitely here tonight by the young players that have came into the game and filled those positions with those that were injured, and also the ones that, may have had a rough week last week, have came back and looked very much, we take Jaden, for instance. You put him back in the ball game, and we know he was injured. But he's back in here, and he's made a difference tonight and doing great. We'll take a quick break on Bluegrass Sports Nation. Got a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply in Jackson, Kentucky is proud to serve Breathitt, Lee, Wolf, Morgan, Owsley, Perry, and Madison counties. Established in 1982 with over 40 years of service to those communities, Jackson Electric and Plumbing Supply can not only meet your electric and plumbing needs, but also heating and cooling, concrete and metal septic tanks, as well as your special orders. Call Scott and the gang today at 606-666-4052.
Okay. 1:38 on the clock, 47-28 your score. Bobcats in control late here. We talked about this game between the Cougars and the Bobcats. We've seen things go south for the Bobcats many times in this game, but one thing we want to make mention of is the incredible play by Eli Thomas, and you got to give credit to that offensive line for opening up the holes for Thomas. He definitely does the work with his feet and makes things happen, but tonight, Thomas just able to run wherever he wanted to on the field. Punt team on for the Bobcats at 4th and 12. Wyatt Spencer puts a boot to it. Nice punt. Going to fall back and go out of bounds around the 30 with 1:48 on the clock.
Yeah, Rob, the Bobcats are playing like a whole different team than what we saw last week. Of course, watching that game, you could kind of see some of the Bobcats hanging their head after a few injuries and a few points scored. But this week, they look different. There was a point in this game, and watching this third and fourth quarter, there was a point in this game the Bobcats were down. Of course, it was 1 point, but they were still down, and they came out of the half and fought.
Yeah, they've not backed down any tonight. They've not lost any drive. Anytime that something has not went their way, they found a way to come back and kind of flip the coin and turn the tables on the Cougars. And Cougars with a quick pass up to about the 32-yard line, out of bounds, 1:42 on the clock.
Yeah, and a lot of those times where they've bounced back, it's been on the shoulders of their defense, which, as we've seen throughout this season, has struggled in some places a little bit, especially in the passing game. But tonight we've tallied 2 interceptions, a forced fumble, and a recovery, and a sack here and there. And the Bobcat defense looks really good this game, Rob.
Yeah, they've made some big-time improvements. Bates, that time, able to get away from Trenton Noble. Ball almost picked off by Cameron Johnson. Knocked out of bounds and incomplete.
Second opportunity the young man's had for an interception tonight, Rob.
Well, you made mention right then the defensive coverage in the secondary, and it's like each one of these kids have grown in the last week as far as their coverage goes. I don't know what they cleaned up in practice or what maybe they had not grasped through the coverage calls. But something has made a change there, and they've gotten a lot better this week.
And what makes this very impressive is there's a lot of new pieces in there. As we've talked about all night, there's some kids who this might be their first time playing at the varsity level at this position.
Yeah, Trenton Noble's made a big improvement defensive line, and he's played some offense too tonight.
Yes, the Bobcat mentality so far tonight, Rob, has been next man up.
I don't think we've actually got a player of the game sponsor, but if Bluegrass Sports Nation were to pick a player of the game, I think I just tallied up 5 scores for Eli Thomas. I don't have a yardage count. I'm sure that we will later tonight when we go back and look at the stats that are compiled by Stephen Neese. But just a phenomenal night for Eli as we click down below 1 minute right now. But the young man had a scary moment last week and left the ball game. And I tell you what, that's one of the guys on the field that had to swallow the grit pill. Everybody looked to him, and things kind of went downhill for us quick when the players watched him leave. And not a good situation for the team or for him, but for him to be able to come back and be able to play this week and not have an injury. As we watch Bates roll out with 26 seconds on the clock, he'll throw it short towards the end.
Almost a good catch by
threw toward the sideline. It was incomplete. But Eli has improved in the last week. I think his mentality is a little bit different tonight. He's come back out and kind of been the leader of the team. And if we had to give a player of the game, I think Eli Thomas would definitely pick up that award tonight. As Tayton Skidmore comes back in for the defense, and so does Caden Combs.
Rob, you talked about it with Jaden Gibson, how you think he was playing with something to prove tonight. I think the same applies to Thomas. Both those good backs that the Bobcats have.
Well, we've talked about it before, and it's always important. And another interception. This time, Cameron Johnson pulls it out of the air. He's at the 40, up the sideline at the 30, tries to turn it back in, and he's ran out of bounds with 10 seconds to go.
Wow.
Cameron Johnson
capitalizes on his third opportunity to get an interception, Rob. Makes up for that play a few snaps ago where he let it fall through his hands while going to the end zone or the sideline. And the play earlier where the ball was underthrown.
Cameron pulls that one out of the sky for his interception tonight. 47-28 your score. Talking about people coming into the game and Eli being a leader here tonight and Jaden coming back after that injury and having something to prove. You kind of get the feeling that they got a bad taste in their mouth from last week. And you and I both know that it's hard to play the game of football without a little bit of a chip on your shoulder.
Definitely.
And the Bobcats have come in tonight to prove something. And a great rivalry game to do so with a win right now. Scores 47-28 with just 10 seconds. Holland will come up and go under center and take the snap and take a knee. And that will be the game as the clock will run out. The Bobcats will be victorious, 47-28. Cougars come in on a 3-game winning streak Bobcats looking for a way to bring a positive in, and they do so tonight against the Cougars. Folks, we'll be right back after this message.
Years, Buckhorn Children and Family Services has been changing lives across Kentucky, providing compassionate care, healing, and hope to families in need. From addiction treatment to foster care, residential treatment, and more, our programs help families and individuals build strong, healthy futures. Whether it's through evidence-based treatment for children or life-changing support for adults, we're answering God's call to make a lasting impact. Join us in changing lives and restoring hope. Please visit buckhorn.org or send your support to Buckhorn Children and Family Services in Buckhorn, Kentucky. Together, we can build strong, thriving families.
At People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, we're more than just your banker. For over a century, we've stood by your side through the good times and bad. We provide the local touch you want in a banker and the convenience of online banking when you're on the go. Plus, our checking accounts put money back in your pocket. With cashback options and rewards for banking local, we make your money work for you. Call us today to learn more about opening an account. Experience banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust of Hazard. We're here for you. Member FDIC.
47-28 your score. The Bobcats victorious over the Letcher Central Cougars tonight here on the Riverbank, Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex. Many times we've watched the Bobcats fall short against Letcher Central, but tonight you made the good comment that they have pulled the rug out from the Cougars when the Cougars tried to make a big play. Defensively, the pressure. We talked about the grit of the different players that have come in at different positions. We talked about the opportunities that the defense created with the takeaways, the interceptions, and fumble recoveries. Well, what a great night for the Bobcats, and what a way for them to get back into the win column.
Definitely, Rob. I think in our coverage last year, I started saying a term that really applies to this game. It's a statement game.
Yeah.
The Bobcats needed to come back after their loss to Hazard and make a statement for the rest of the season. Because look at our schedule. We're at the halfway mark.
Yep.
There is 5 more guaranteed games. Well, 5 more guaranteed games for these Bobcats. And, of course, a home or away playoff game, depending on how districts goes. So the Bobcats had to come out here and establish they can be dominant on both sides of the ball.
Well, it's going to be a long time before the Bobcats are here at home, as we travel next week to Montgomery County. There will be an off week, and then on October the 10th, they will play away at Morgan County, and then they'll travel all the way to West Carter on October the 17th.
And then
so it'll be October the 24th against Jackson County before the Bobcats are back here at the Mike Holcomb Athletic Complex.
And then for our coverage of the Letcher County Cougars, they will play Lawrence County next week at home. Be sure for our Letcher fans out there, be sure to tune in for them.
Yeah, folks, we appreciate you tuning in here on Bluegrass Sports Nation. A great night of football again. It's been a wonderful night as far as the weather goes. Friday Night Lights doesn't get much better than a rivalry game. Letcher Central and Breathitt County. Breathitt, your victorious winner tonight, 47-28. And a great game, great football played here at Jackson tonight between these two ball clubs. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate all of our sponsors. For Darren Back, for Evan Miller, I'm Rob Hounshell. We'll see you next week on Bluegrass Sports Nation.
I'm glad.